session after finishing a long rest because we all were exhausted.
Yes, welcome to episode whichever it is.
7?
We have no, it's only at least like no more than 6.
I think it's
We
like
have
5.
we have our people here.
It's 5 for some of us.
Or 4. We have all our people back. Hooray! And let's see. Yes, so last week we ended. You had just taken down Ember Everett. Not killed, in fact.
Oh,
captured.
Well done.
Captured.
Did the magic house come in handy?
You did put you. Oh, I should let you know. You pulled off perhaps one of the best sleep spells I've ever seen.
You mean I pulled off?
No.
I
like how you phrased it.
Skwisgaar pulled off one of the best sleep spells I've ever seen. You slept the boss and one of the minions that was still up. So she spawned. She's this pyromancer lady.
I mean, I don't know for
She
sure.
had. She was basically had 2 fire snakes who were her companions. And this is actually what made it a hard fight. Is I didn't realize the synergy between this flame priest stats and the fire snake stats. In that the fire snake is a very low damage but very hard to kill. The flame priest is much easier to kill, but holy crap, can put out a ton of damage. So put them together, and you actually have a pretty dangerous fight.
Yeah, I think Illian was clutch. She was like one of the last ones up, and
when everybody went down, I was just like, oh god, please tell me she has a healing spell. Please tell me
You can't always assume the ranger has healing spells. I was playing a cleric on Saturday, and I didn't have any healing spells. It's great.
Anyway, so yes, you have her in custody. You have completed a long rest, although that still means that 2 of you are feeling fairly wounded from the previous day.
Yeah.
Am I?
No.
Oh, I just because I would don't know.
Yeah. So, the barbarian went down twice, and Farouk went down twice. You 2 just went down once.
we still gotta get past those logs.
Sure. Naturally.
Yeah, this is my combat life for you.
That was the other problem.
You
Like
two,
you
you got
did
some
a plus
free hit
15, you
points.
use
Softened
2 of your
us
spell
up.
slots, 1 of your pack slot. Your pack slot, you use your 3 bark inspiration.
Jeez.
You also, let's see, what is it?
Because you tried to
Something else I can't
fight
remember.
a fire snake in melee combat, which is not the best. Blame him.
Also had another dying dream. I saw the lady again when I was dying.
Yeah.
Except I was in a field, laying down. I saw her face. She said, "Come with me." She had a flesh hand, which I thought was weird.
No. So you reached up and clasped her hand, except it wasn't you. You didn't reaching from. You didn't see. It wasn't your hand reaching up to her.
Oh!
It was some other hand.
What? Are we going to have a Pinocchio? I'm a real boy.
That changes everything.
Yes.
That changes everything.
Her having a
somebody
flesh hand.
else's soul.
That's just a hand. That's just a hand.
I don't know.
So yes, you reached up and you did not see your hand.
Is this the
If you
island and
saw
I'm seeing someone else's dreams for some reason?
another? Wait. When
lost.
in the island,
What?
just-
Sorry. There was this I say old, but like early 2000s Michael Bay movie called The Island where
Yeah, I'm familiar
they're-
with it.
yeah.
When is he having dreams about?
At some point, the clone has dreams, I think, or some of that.
He had memories.
Yeah,
of,
close
of
enough.
Who he was cloned, the original one. That's what
I don't recall him ever having memories.
Yeah.
If I had remembered that, I would have been much more angry at that movie because that doesn't make sense. And the rest of that movie is excellent.
Yeah, no, that's how he knew to hunt down.
I think it's great.
My favorite movie is Chronicle, so I can't argue.
I don't know that one.
Did
It's
we all
good. I
have
like it a lot.
dreams, or did just our
No, just that one had dreams.
I don't know what's going on. I don't sleep, so I don't sleep, so I don't dream. Is it dying is the only way I sleep? Therefore, the only way I have dreams.
Anyway,
Are you creating a suicidal warforged here?
I'm trying to create a suicidal barbarian.
Am I basically going to be Deadpool and Deadpool 2 and just keep on trying to get myself killed so I can go see my girlfriend and or wife?
I haven't seen that one yet. Don't spoil it.
Yeah.
What? You haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet?
No, I haven't.
It's pretty fun.
All right, so what are you guys doing? I'm fine with just sitting here talking about random movies.
I suppose we should head back to town.
Yes.
Gotta watch out for those logs, guys. Remember?
I do remember I
Yeah.
took an etching of the
The etching on the statue?
Yeah,
Yes.
on the statue. I took that etching just to make sure I could study it later.
Logs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, logs and stuff, man.
Logs with vines and thorns.
Yeah, everyone took damage from some vine-covered logs except for me because I used my pike to pole vault over it. So that's what happened in game. Out of game, or out of game, everyone just rolled crap except for me.
Yeah.
So we also all went in that fight damaged.
If you stand up, wake up, and start heading back the way you came,
I'll be dragging the lady
back from whence you came,
Yeah, I'll have her strapped to my back.
She is bound and gagged.
bound and gagged, and she's like,
And blindfolded.
That is true.
I tickle her.
She pees.
Oh, great.
on the Warforged.
It's not the first.
It turns into steam.
And it's
Rust.
steam.
Oh my god, rusty.
In an ammonium fog.
Oh my god.
Okay, I stopped tickling her.
If I ever go tundra, then with the steam will go from hot steam to cold steam. So maybe that's what it is.
Anyway, so you continue on heading back north, following your path back from which you came. And yes, you do, after a few hours, well, first you come upon a little, no wait, what was the order things were supposed to be?
Pardon?
I forget the order that you encountered them the first time, so I'm going to get the reverse order.
The reverse order of us traveling to my memory is Fire Lady Place, log with vines, then there was
Then
the place where we
pool.
killed the wolves.
Then there was the pool.
Yeah, the pool where we killed the
so
wolves.
first you encounter a, so what it is a tree about 6 feet in diameter, has fallen across the path, and the path here is actually very, very close, very choked. Thorny vines are definitely kind of infesting this whole area. And they've actually wrapped around. You can actually see that the reason this tree has died and fallen is that it was kind of choked by these vines. And so it's just the whole place is just covered in these sharp vines. And you look down at your leg, and there's a kind of a scratch. You know, it's mostly healed by now, but there's a scratch on your leg, and you're like, oh yeah, that caused that. I remember that. I was totally here for that session.
That tree's like 3 times my height.
Exactly.
That tree is my height.
And you
I don't think
almost,
anybody got over it.
and
did they,
you
without
almost
some
just
damage?
straight leapt over it without a problem.
Almost.
And
Almost.
Pretty exciting.
and because of the past trauma that I very clearly remember, I get about 50 feet away from the log and cast Burning Hands on the vines.
Okay, roll damage.
All right. How does this work? All right. 2, 6, 8.
8?
Yeah.
So you flame... Ooh, that's not a good roll for burning hands.
Yeah, I mean,
He can't roll as well as he did with sleep last week. 'Cause that was all him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was totally... 32 were points of... No, 34 points of sleep. It was great.
me.
It was nice.
Yes. And so let's see. You manage that. Yes. Many of these vines do start to curl back in flames, but not nearly as many as it's not totally cleared.
Sure.
But it's definitely somewhat cleared.
No.
Someone's going to need to throw me over.
Could I attempt again to try to use my pike to kind of move some of the burning cinders out of the way? Just like a stick it, just make more of a path so these people can maybe climb up and drop
It kind
down.
of works. Pikes and sticky things and pokey things aren't really helpful.
It's more of a scraping thing. Like it's literally like oh, this curtain. Use a stick to move it.
Yeah,
Kinda
the
like-
curtain's like fixed on one end and on the other, and kind of.
I'm strong. I might be able to break it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Straight strength, so 18.
Okay, yeah, so you are actually able to kind of peel away some pieces, kind of making kind of restrains, and then just kind of pops as you're pulling bits of it away.
Good. I might. All right. I get down on one knee with the person strapped to my back and be like, all right.
Alright, step on your hand. I'll do.
Yeah. So, with clearing away the vines and and Shard helping you over. You are all able to hoist yourselves back over this log without too many problems.
Thank goodness.
Nice. And I'll be last, crawling over with a lady strapped to my back, just like actually pike right there. I'll say she might be like attached to my pike, honestly. So if she tries to walk away, we at least have something to grab her by. Just a little bit.
Yeah. So then you pass by that logs. You keep going north. You pass by the scorched tree that kind of told you to go this way. Can you just make me a survival check? I'm assuming you're leading the group. Survival check with advantage, because you've been this way before. You just came this way. You retrace it.
Well, I'm also an outlander.
Outlander!
Oh, right. That gives you you just remember things, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, no survival check needed. As you're just like, we came from this direction. And as you are leading your way along, you're guiding the group. You can come to that nice little clearing with the pond. And as you continue on, just about after, as the sun is kind of disappearing, well, the light is fading from around you. You haven't really gotten any glimpses of the sun ever since you left the clearing with the pond, because the branches are thick enough. But they kind of open up again, and you find yourself back at the ruins, the ruins that you saw before, where you spent the night with the statue. So are you still leading the group?
Mm-hmm.
Make a perception check.
Oh, shit for perception. 10.
Okay. Is anybody else up front? Who's second?
I usually hang out there.
If you want to make a perception check as well, you may. Because you like stealthing up behind them.
I'm probably bringing up the rear.
6.
Okay.
I'm distracted.
So it seems much as you left it. The light's kind of fading, and there you are.
It's probably not time to go hunting for our heart again.
You say it is about time?
I said there probably isn't enough time.
Oh, isn't enough time? Well,
Are we about the halfway point between town and...
so no, this isn't the halfway point. This is definitely halfway out of the woods.
Yeah, so...
We
know it was safe here before.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, but there was the blink dogs.
There were the blink dogs.
Yes.
They're so cute.
And this time we do have a passenger.
I forgot to give you this. I show you 2 ruined blink dog pellets that we found.
Dark
Hell
as
yeah.
If we don't set up camp now,
I don't know what to do with
we won't
them.
have any light to
Awesome.
set up camp at all.
They're literally useless.
Yeah, no.
Okay. No, just let me...
I want to start checking for tracks for deers.
Okay, sure. Survival check.
22.
22. So you, as you're looking around, you kind of start circling around the area, and you do actually find a pair of tracks, or a set of tracks, that are heading away from the clearing.
Okay.
And as you kind of look at this, you actually notice that the set of tracks comes from the center of the clearing and then leaves.
So like there are no tracks other than the center of the clearing, and then they walk out.
Yeah. So you look, you do another circle, and there are no matching tracks, other than the ones that you yourself obviously left. And yeah, but other like deer tracks, no, there are no. There seem to be no deer tracks entering this.
How old are these tracks?
These can't be more than say 2 days old.
And they're not ours.
But they're deer tracks or not deer tracks?
They are deer tracks.
Oh.
As we approach the ruined clearing, I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good, concentrating specifically on fey creatures.
Okay. What is the range of?
By
It's
60.
cast on self 30 feet. It lasts for 10 minutes and is a concentration.
All right.
It's basically detect magic.
So
detect
as
creature.
as you walk up, as you enter the clearing, you do actually detect 2 blips of fey energy coming from somewhere nearby, perhaps 20 feet away.
You're off doing your track thing, right?
I'm kind of circling the area.
Wait, is this the same? Is this the same temple, like ruined temple area?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this place desecrated or consecrated? I'm curious because he would know that.
Does it tell me?
Mainly, is this?
Yes,
actually,
it is. Is it
it's-
consecrated or desecrated?
Is this still a functioning temple? I would be super curious about that.
Pretty sure it is, considering the
You s-
dreams we
so-
had last time we stayed.
So, in the area, you get a sense that it is, it definitely has some lingering effects of the of an effect like consecration. However, you don't think it would really be, shall we say,
It's a place of reverence, or it
Yes.
was.
so. So if I remember, like consecrate is like a spell that you can use to kind of defend an area against, like
You ward it against
Yeah.
certain creatures, and same thing desecration.
certainly this area would still provide a discouragement to those creatures, but not an outright prevention. So it has the lingering effects, but but it is not nearly as strong. But yes, you still do detect two fey essences near you.
Those vile beasts, and I will slip the ring into our fighter's bag, and cast Warding Bond on the fighter. We may need to do some clearing out if we are to stay here again. And I'll point in the general direction of my blips.
Yeah, and as you point that way, you actually both catch the sight. It does actually, as you peer through, it looks like there is a wolf-like face
Oh, great.
in the between the trees, but it just kind of looks at you and it's just watching. And then when it notices that you are looking, it just seems to pop out. It turns, shimmers, and is gone. And both the fey essences just disappear from your radar.
I want to go follow those tracks for a little bit,
Okay.
because tracks don't just suddenly appear like that.
Okay. So you start following these tracks. As you, how far do you follow?
A couple 100 feet maybe.
Okay.
Who has the our prisoner?
I do.
In that distance, as you start to follow them, they seem to. They started out fairly clear, but then seem to start to get a little bit fainter. And as you continue to follow them, they just seem to get fainter and fainter until it just fades away altogether.
Is there anything unusual about the area?
I mean, other than tracks appear and fade away.
Disappear.
So, I don't think you would notice anything particularly in the area. You could tell that it is heading southwest. That's where the direction the tracks are heading.
Alright, I'm gonna go continue that way for another couple 100 feet. See if I can pick them up again, maybe.
Okay. No, as you're going along, they seem gone. Like nothing has no animals have recently passed this way.
Do I kind of know what's towards the southwest?
So that would be straight towards the center of the forest.
She's contemplating that. I'll just mumble to our good Friar. Perhaps this isn't the best place to
I
camp.
want to follow him for
If we
another
go any further, it'll be dark. And then
300
we'll be on the
feet
road
before
in the dark.
maybe considering turning
Perhaps
around.
somewhere
Okay.
else in the dark is better than here in the light.
How
So
far
you
is the
continue.
center of the forest?
Oh, it's
Did you just
you
do
know
the same
it's a
wolf
fairly
face
large
that I
forest, so
did?
it'd be a couple days journey.
Okay.
But they're gone now. And they didn't appear to make any
Yeah, I
aggressive
wanna-
move.
Just follow for another
Perhaps
300
because
feet and
they're
then probably
waiting
turn around.
for dark.
Well, we're going to be in danger regardless of the dark. Because we're going to have to stand guard if we have a prisoner now.
We could fix that also.
There's no need. I don't think so. We'll make it home safely. Onea has assured me. I hope. I suppose we'll leave it to the group. I have a massive headache and have been without ale for some
What's that?
time.
Animal handling check. Have an animal handling check
This is going to be a long night. Because
Okay.
these orange dice are
Apparently.
terrible. It's my
Apparently.
only...
I'm
I
gonna
should
head
actually-
back, I guess.
I'll be
Since
right
I'm
back.
not finding anything.
Would you like
Yeah, so,
another dice?
Yeah, those orange ones. I love the color, but they just never roll with the crap.
Yeah.
there we are. Had to find my notebook
I think
in
it's
case I need to take notes. So yes,
Let's see if I can
you all kind of gather up.
dice roll.
It is definitely starting to get dark.
When the fey creatures, well, because we have to go through here anyway. When the fey creatures are no longer detectable, I will cautiously make my way through the ruins.
Okay.
If we're not going to stay here, that's okay. But I'm cutting across at the very least.
It would be better to camp, in my opinion, than wandering in the dark, dark forest, tripping over everything.
Are we all convened now?
Yeah, so you're all convened back.
Well, maybe that's because you didn't see the wolf.
Yeah, there was. I think there was some more of those blink beasts that we encountered on our way through the first time. They seem to be watching hungrily as beasts do.
Was it a wolf or was it a blink beast? And
It-
I
it-
show
it-
you the face of the blink beast because we have
I
some of their
recall.
pelts.
I recall. I believe it was the blink beast. It had wolf-like features, but it definitely had a fey presence like the blink beasts. So perhaps, like with common dogs, they come in many different breeds and styles.
Maybe, but it was also a blink beast. Wouldn't it have attacked us already?
Maybe
I don't
they're
know.
waiting
Maybe
for
they're
dark.
waiting.
Well, we would probably be more defensible here versus stumbling around in the dark in the forest and not knowing the terrain. It's usually not a good idea to go trapezing through the forest in the middle of the night.
I hit my head in the last fight, so I could be a little fuzzy on what happened last time we captured here. But didn't the statue do something? This is the extent of my memory. But we engaged with it somehow, right?
We presented an offering, but I couldn't find deer. Let's present another one.
That's right. Okay.
We have a prisoner.
I don't.
I was waiting for you to say
The
that.
heart of our prisoner
not-
is going to replace the actual heart that they want.
That might be unnecessary. Oh, I have such a headache. Does anyone have any wine?
No.
Oh, of course not. Why is all but the wine gone? Whatever we're going to do, I'm tired, so let's be about doing it.
I vote for mid-camp here.
1 moment.
Must we readjust?
It's still skewy. I don't know what's up with it.
When you say skewy, what do you mean?
I mean, it's angled and all. It's kind of off kilter a bit.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Oh, that's the problem.
What?
That thing wasn't flat. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Like I said, I vote for camp here. It's late and others do need to rest.
Yes. Oh, I need to rest. I just want us to actually get rest. And if the blink dogs come back, we won't.
Well, we won't if we walk through the forest either.
Although blink dogs have only been encountered here, and it's obvious that they're tied in some way to these ruins. So maybe if we went somewhere else, they wouldn't appear. But I'm getting tired. I'm ready for some food. Do we have food?
Or we should have some leftover stuff in the heart that I caught.
And I think I'll pack the pipe and have a smoke and hit the sack.
I'll take the first 2 washes since I'm not as tired as everybody else.
The yew leaves that I collected earlier,
Yes.
are they sufficiently dry at this point?
Let's see.
I would rather not use the last dose of prepared herbs that I received at the Rose and Her Thorns.
So yeah, I think they're fairly kind of dry by now. It's been a couple days, or a day at least.
They've shriveled up into V's. Yew leaves.
Oh, so your pipe, it's just tobacco, correct?
It is.
May I borrow your pipe when you're done? I will return it. I promise.
Well, Friar, it's I might say an odd request.
I understand. I understand. Unless you have some
I
wine.
like borrowing another man's hat, but I'm sure I don't mind. What do you plan to do with it?
What do you do with a pipe in general?
Oh, you plan to smoke it?
Yes, to smoke from it.
Oh.
But I'm not partial to that type of tobacco. I prefer, and I'll pat my pouch, my own tobacco products.
Here's my concern. I don't know if you're familiar with this or not, but the pipe being made out of this briar wood, it takes on the flavors and characteristics of the tobacco. And my hunch is that what you're planning to smoke might be quite pungent and strong, and that taste would linger and taint subsequent.
I wouldn't like that. They're much like a moldy ale flagon. I understand. I will attempt to roll.
But perhaps, yes, I was going to suggest that if you're able to.
Yeah, I will attempt. I will pull out my prayer book and flip to a blank page and rip it out and attempt to roll another yew leaf cigarette, as I am out of other forms of libations.
Sister Elstine is going to be so mad.
Okay, so you roll up the leaves and
Smoke it again.
Question: is this prayer book like the Book of Mormon? It's literally you find one in every single hotel room. It's just there. You can take it home. It's free. It's like buying
Probably.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
So
must mean Gideon.
as you start smoking it,
But you'd be correct in Utah.
you start smoking it.
Marriott hotels.
I'm gonna mumble to myself something about
Yep.
the trying to recall the words from the dream that.
So did I actually say it was yew leaves?
Yes, you did say they were yew leaves.
Okay. So you start to smoke it, and after a while, you're not feeling that great.
Not great.
You're not feeling that great.
At least I'm
Isn't
feeling
you
something.
poisonous?
Mm-hmm. So make me a Constitution save. Because
No, they're used in the healers in town use it for pain relief.
I wouldn't have
and-
said yew leaves. I don't know.
You said you called them yew leaves,
You
and
did.
then you said they were reminiscent of the herbs that I received from So if there were some mixed messages, I don't mind.
I will check the video, but I have 2 plants here. One of them is what you got earlier, and it's called elf root.
Elf root, that was it.
And the yew leaves are poisonous to humans.
Elf root.
So if you're actually going to tell me you're going to start smoking yew
Yeah, I was
leaves.
saying, I remember elf root. I remember
elf
getting
root,
elf
yeah.
root because I was like, leaves. All right, weird.
Friar,
Elf fruit.
what is that plant you're smoking?
It's 22 is what it is.
So are you, I did
It
say
is elf
root.
root.
Elf root, okay. Okay, it actually has more of a rejuvenating effect. And, you don't need to make a constitution saving throw. It makes you feel quite nice.
Really
Does he
care about the
make
healing.
a con save against coughing? Because I don't know.
I'm
It's nice. It's
trying
nice.
to get imbibed or inebriated in some form or fashion because all I have left is water.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for you.
So no. This doesn't really provide any sort of buzz or anything like that, but it provides a nice pick me up. You know.
Okay. I feel calmer at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm trying to recall the words from my dream that I guess we had at this location the last time we camped.
Okay.
I think it was we provide the heart of the hunt.
Well, you have it
or,
described there, and
we offer the heart of the hunt to you, that our feet may be swift and our arrows fly true. Heliar, the huntress.
That was the inscription on the statue.
Yes, that was the inscription on the statue.
Okay. I am looking around and kind of under my breath, forgive me, and I will offer a prayer to Heliar. Because the gods will be gods. They just want the praise.
Right. So you and everybody goes to sleep.
Yeah, I'm taking the first 2 watches.
You can first 2. Make a perception check.
I'll take the last one.
Oh, you have to do that.
Whoop. Oh wait, I get to reroll ones. 14.
Okay. So this as you're watching the stars come out overhead, it's a fairly nice. It's a nice night beneath the leaves. A little breeze trickles in. You hear some noises and like some nighttime insects in the trees, but nothing big. Nothing sparks your your senses. You don't see anything.
Okay.
Right. So you're taking 2 watches.
I will
That's
get up on the second watch and sit up with Illian
okay.
You can go to sleep.
to keep an eye on the prisoner, mainly.
Mm-hmm. And so during your travel, she did kind of wake up and was struggling. Now she has been very obviously kind of struggling all day and is totally exhausted and is asleep.
Well, I have calm emotions prepared just in case.
All right. So yes, the second watch goes by. Do you have anything that allows you to sleep less than
No.
normal? Okay. So you can make a Constitution saving throw for me or
A good thing I get to reroll that too. 15.
okay. So yeah, it'll be fine. So then that your watch goes by. Who's next?
Me.
Right. So so it's getting towards morning by now. Make me a perception check.
7.
7. So you are kind of looking around, watching, and as you're watching, the light seems to be getting a little grayer in the area. Even though outside in the trees it seems to be even darker than it was before. As you're watching, you see a bit of movement on the edge of the woods.
Shard is in a rest mode, right? Like he's conscious but not moving.
Yeah, I'm light sleeping.
Okay.
So.
I'm gonna tap Shark and be like,
Yes. Yes.
I think I see something. I'm not sure what it is. Just you don't have to wake up Floyd. Just be ready. All right.
And as you're watching, you do actually see something kind of four-legged plodding around the edge. And you do recognize it is the shape of some kind of weird angular canine creature. But it just kind of sees you, looks at you, and continues on.
Okay.
And as you're watching, and over at the edge of your vision, you see something else. Another figure. A humanoid figure. Standing on the edge of the clearing. Kind of crouched down, looking at you. And as you make eye contact, you see his bright blue eyes staring at you. And he just kind of gives a smile. Then stands up, and starts walking slowly away through the trees.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
Squishy, you want to do that?
I'm
My name is Squishy.
I'm following him.
All right.
Sorry, that's too curious.
You start following him along. The trees. It seems like there's a strange mist, just kind of hanging through the trees. And as you catch up to him, he kind of turns back and gives you a nod, and you recognize this figure. You've seen him in a dream before.
Yay! Plot development.
And he's like, "Well, you're very, very foolish, very brave, or very foolish to come following strange people into the wilderness."
It's too soon to tell.
Are you enjoying my amulet?
Is that where the finger guns come from?
Certainly. They're a specialty of mine. They're fun, aren't they?
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What?
As you're talking, he's continuing to walk.
Oh, I'm walking with him at this point. I've probably forgotten all of this. What is this? Like what happened?
Oh well, just to put it mildly, you caught my attention, and I thought I could help you out a little bit along your way.
Dude, people don't help me. Why'd you help me?
I think honestly, we can help each other.
Okay, I'm curious. What can I do?
I think if I chose right, if I chose you right, if I know you right, you'll do what you'll do, and it'll turn out all right.
Okay. Do you have a name, sir? Man, I can't.
I've had lots of names. Names are meaningless. I mean, what are names? They're just little sounds in the air, just vocalization.
Sure, also labels and ways to identify things. But sure, yes, also that. Yeah.
You get it.
Sure.
They don't tell you who I am.
Okay.
But I'm sure you'll figure that out in your own time.
Okay.
So as you begin to walk, you realize you were no longer surrounded by trees. You're just in this weird, strange gray mist. And as you're walking along, it seems to open up, and it's almost like you're in. You look around, and it seems like you're on an island that is just hanging in the middle of a vast grayness. There are weird other figures, other shapes seem to just slowly float past islands and ruins and even some people frozen. You catch glimpses on these other islands of like people just frozen there.
Are the wolves with you, or are they different?
Oh,
Still don't fully understand what is happening.
No, the wolves are. They always favored my cousin.
Okay. Well, if you're who I think you are from the dream I had before, you know what happened in the church.
Yes, I do.
Was that you as well? Or did you just see that?
You mean, did I cause that to happen?
We were a participant. Cause is complicated.
The best I can say is you kind of accidentally tapped into a bit of a, shall I say, a leak
Okay.
of power. That's what caught my attention.
And those, not just that church, but what it represents, that hurt me. You know that, right? And I want to destroy it.
Well, I think, certainly for now at least, you should pick fights that you can win.
Okay.
So, be careful.
Okay.
Watch out. And I'll be seeing you. He just kind of nods with the brim of his hat, and you wake up in the clearing.
Okay, so I haven't...
And you wake up that the sun is starting to rise, and you are exactly where you were when you started your watch.
Okay.
And you're kind of like, oh, everybody else is asleep, and you're wondering, oh, crap, did I just doze off in the middle of my watch?
I dust myself off, I stand up, and I look really alert. Like I'm not asleep. You know, like when you fall asleep in class and then you're hyper paying attention.
Yeah. Right. So, the sun rises. The call of the early morning birds kind of starts to wake you all up, as they are very, very loud in forests.
Yeah.
Good news, guys. Nothing happened. Everything's good. Hey, Friar. Good news. We can go back for booze now.
That is phenomenal news. Let's go.
I would like to remind you it's still another couple days out.
Liar! it's the dashed.
Especially because we have to drag someone along. I look side eyes at our prisoner. Right. Shall we eat breakfast in Bright Camp?
Sure.
So, yes, your prisoner is awake, but does not seem to have been able to go anywhere. And so you break camp and start heading out.
I would like to, while everyone's had breakfast, I would like to go find some plants or herbs that would be more amenable to what I was trying to do with the elf fruit.
All right, sure. So, as you, we'll just say, as you kind of like continue walking along, wandering along, you make me a survival check
What is fantasy weed?
or a nature.
Ha! That's a 23.
That is a 23. So you definitely find something. Now I just have to roll on the tables to see what you found. Which means I have to pull out my other thing for a...
Not looking for a poison. Or maybe I am looking for a poison.
You see, I don't think
depends on
this
how
may
strong
have
this
been...
poison is.
This may have been an oversight when I was making these herbology tables. I didn't think of drugs.
Pathfinder's got a list of drugs.
I know spice exists in D&D world.
Does it?
It does. Or at least it does in the
that's
story
ridiculous.
campaign.
Well, yeah. Yeah, spice.
You find
Alright.
moon sugar.
Moon sugar.
Make some skooma.
Khajiit has wares if you have the coin.
A stimulant, man. Something.
Have you ever tried just some good hard prayer?
He
That's
finds
the best.
really
That's the
strong
best drug I got.
Yeah. I've tried some good hard prayer on the back of one of the most pious creatures you'll ever meet at the Wild Rose. Is that the name of
So,
the...
On
yeah.
the back.
On the
As
back.
you go along, you find a collection of you find some mushrooms.
That'll do. I'll brew some morning tea.
So and you're looking at these mushrooms. They're kind of a brownish mushroom with a weird top. And yeah.
You better not poison yourself.
Does Greater Restoration cure like a party member if they become like a full-on junkie?
No, we have to tie them to a chair and leave them there for a couple
I
of
have
days.
greater restoration in case that happens. But I'm just
If it's a bad trip, you may not know you can carry.
Exactly. No, I'm just wondering if we start shooting up, and I'm just wondering where this goes, right? Like we're at the gateway.
I volunteer we tie him to a chair and leave him in a dark room for a few days.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. We have a prisoner to manage, and town is that way.
Actually, it's that way.
That's what I meant. That way. I will brew some tea with the first rest or opportunity.
Uh-huh.
I will brew some tea.
So yeah, you make some tea, and you try the tea.
Yes, I drink the tea.
All right, you drink the tea, and as you're going along, so you just start feeling like very energetic. It's just like feeling like vibrant and good.
Just smoked a coffee leaf.
And it's just like
I probably wouldn't have used all the mushrooms. I still have that. Yeah. Let's go.
that's what he thinks he's doing, but Rally, he's more like, yes. He kind of gets this weird kind of dazed, expression on his face, but he's moving quickly. He's moving quickly through the.
Recklessly
Finish
quickly?
my venison. Yeah.
So does he feel like he's moving quickly, but in actuality he's just moving very, very slowly?
No, he's actually moving quickly.
Oh.
It's like he's probably like darting ahead a little bit and then coming back and then going ahead. And
Naya.
Should we
Great, Illian.
be
It's awesome. Look at the sky, the birds. Let's go. We're gonna get a bounty. So much good.
Did you just snort cocaine?
What? Why, you got some?
No.
What's cocaine, guys?
So out of game, I'm like, the Friar just snort cocaine.
No, I think
he found a stimulant mushroom.
Yeah.
I'm out of booze. What can I do?
You cannot drink. I don't drink, and I'm fine.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
Okay, so
It's called water.
So you continue
No, I don't
on.
drink that either.
We kind of require
You
it.
continue on for the rest of the day, and eventually, kind of towards the evening, you clear the trees and get back. You know, the trees kind of thin out. The light comes back, and you exit the line of trees. And ahead of you are some like rolling hills, and you're looking down, and in the distance you can see the dark line of the train tracks to your north, heading back towards town.
We took the train to get here? In the first
You
place?
followed the train tracks. You didn't take
Okay.
the train.
Guys, let's jump the rails. We'll be hobos.
No, we have horses.
Yeah.
Horses.
I have my pony. I'm probably riding it.
Which is why you thought you were going fast.
You're on an animal train right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna hunt for some small game.
Okay. So as you continue along, you kind of start heading off out of the trees, and then who's in back? Okay.
I'll be able to in the back.
You kind of, as you are heading out, once you're about 100 yards or so from the trees, you look back, and you see many dogs, many wolf creatures, just standing at the tree line watching. But they're not doing anything. They're not attacking. They're not threatening. They're just watching.
Stay. Good boy.
And as you keep going, so you glance back, and one just kind of turns, shimmers, and vanishes, and then another one, and then eventually they all just seem, as you get farther away, they all just turn and leave.
I am the dog whisperer.
Yes, the dog whisperer.
Oh god, I should make Caesar Milan. That would be a great character.
What's that?
You should make Caesar Milan as a fantasy character.
I think it would be a mix between druid,
a
shepherd druid, and nature cleric, because nature clerics can make dogs charm them with their gentle divinity.
Oh, it'd be such a dumb power. It'd be so good. Sorry, I apologize.
Right. So,
I suppose I'll. Come on, I got a clear face. I gotta look the part when I walk through, when I come into town. I can't.
Well, you still got a couple more days.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. So you're a little ways away. But as you continue along, once again, on the horizon, you see a little cloud of dust along the road. And there, just as you were entering town last time, and you saw a very large carriage heading towards town, this time that same carriage is heading away from town.
Oh.
As you're kind of going opposite directions, as you come upon, once again, the team of horses kind of slows as the half-elf driving them, the young barons, oh, hello again! Hello again! I guess we meet on the road again. By the way, that was a great fight. That was fun. That was a good fight. Anyway, so you're all heading back to town.
Yes. How have you been, Baron?
I've been just swell. I've been great. Great festival. We're actually heading off to the railroad camp to go see what we can sell there. They always love buying the leftovers from the festivities.
Leftovers, so maybe you're having like a clearance sale, discount, trying to make room for more goods, wares.
Well, we're gonna go sell down at the camp.
Yeah, you said leftovers is what I heard.
Well, yeah. Are you looking to buy leftovers?
I mean, so we had a scrap, and it was successful, but hard. And I remembered you had like scrolls and liquids and things, and I didn't know if you had any healing potions.
Healing potions. Yeah, I think we got a couple.
All right. Well, you've seen what we do. You've seen what we can do for the town and how we can help out. Didn't know if you could, throw a little favor our way and maybe give us a, discount, like bulk discount possibly, or anything.
I still have 2 of the. Well, no, we used one healing
Okay.
potion.
I just noticed I had 0, so I thought that might not be the worst thing.
And I mean, if you need healing, I have prayer of healing, healing word, and
But Friar can hook you up. But Friar, you went down last time, man.
Yeah.
Not that I recall, but I feel like it happened.
Kind of feel like I saved your butt that time.
Yeah. But it happens. It's okay.
Friar, you know the backup flask you carry? This is my backup
You don't have
flask.
alcohol, do you?
Yeah, we do.
Don't sell it.
Okay.
Is Babbage available?
I think he's
We
we're
don't
still
need
working on
to
things.
mix a
He's,
depressant
he's,
in
that,
the
that glove you were looking at last time.
Yeah, that glove is awesome.
I think you're asking.
Can I go check? I think I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna go in and check it out.
And I'll follow.
Okay. Okay. So.
Rinse, repeat.
And I this is a good part where I will hint remind you that you do pick up a scroll that you have no idea what it does because none of you can read it.
There's that.
Do I have?
What scroll?
I can't remember.
Is it
I did not.
Elvish?
I did not add that to my inventory. So.
No, it's in magic.
Oh,
No, you
it wasn't
handed
magic.
it to the friar to
Yeah,
see
go.
if I could detect what it is. So the
Okay.
friar,
See, I don't have it.
Wait. Can Combat?
Well, there was also a ring, I thought, and there was
Yes, there were 2 rings.
yeah.
One was orange. One was blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty.
Yeah.
She had this color theme going on. Her right hand was like orange
Oh.
flame, and her left hand was blue flame. And one of the fire snakes was like red and orange, and the other one was blue and white. It was really cool, just because, and it all started because the mini I had for her is just a straight elementalist and has fire and ice. So I went with them.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
I
That
want the
happens
blue
all the time.
one. It's
I
pretty.
What else? There's scroll, the 2 rings.
Scroll, the 2 rings.
Here we all but-
there was an amulet. There was a necklace with the
The pearl.
The pearl amulet with the amulet with the pearl embedded in it.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know who picked that one up.
All of which you
I
brought to
think-
me to try and
Yeah.
arcana figure out what they were.
Did,
Someone should get the identify spell.
Eventually,
but comprehend languages wouldn't work on a.
No, so it's not so much. In technical terms, it's like, let's say there's a complicated mathematical equation on the board.
Gotcha. Okay.
You might be able to read it because it's in English. You still have no idea what it's doing.
Fair enough. Got it. Cool. I just didn't know mechanically how that one worked.
That's how I think of magic, is complicated science shit.
Totally makes sense.
Engineering schematics.
Yeah, pretty much. An equation for a spell, and you're like, I never took differential equations.
I did, and I still didn't learn anything.
Seriously, the only way I figured out differential equations was because I was taking quantum mechanics at the same time, and there was so much overlap that I actually understood it when you put it in terms of quantum mechanics. That's my brain. Welcome to my brain.
Calculus was like 6 years ago.
Mhm.
So I have
Quantum
that
mechanics.
to-
Simplifying
struggle
things
with
for
calculus.
everyone.
Yes, actually, that was partial differential equations.
anyway, so I have
So you-
all this
you-
stuff.
I'm not a physicist, but I know what matters.
I like you.
Okay, so you head into the
I feel
carriage.
great pain.
You head into the carriage, and it's like,
I'm not a doctor, but I know when I'm losing my patience.
Is that you?
No, Babbage, it's me. I just need to talk to
Like a
you
little
about something real
hatch
quick.
opens up,
Just
head,
a little something.
head peeks down. Friar,
Oh, blessings be to you. And
of course, you're all
up
like,
the
blessing
stairs.
you
I'll
too.
follow right behind him.
I'm trying to. Babbage, be cool. Pull out a pouch with some dried mushroom remaining. Do you sell any of this? You really should.
That's not entirely my area of, expertise.
Could you point me in the direction of those?
Friar's going to become a dealer.
that do. But that's personal business. We have actual business, and I'll pull out the scroll and the.
Brought me here.
Yeah, would like to know what this is. What this does.
Kind of rolls it. Unrolls it. And none of you can use this thing?
I mean,
Well, what is it?
perhaps.
Are you looking to sell it, perhaps?
What is it?
Well, it's a spell scroll.
Well, yeah, we've discerned that much, and I'll grab the scroll back, but don't be.
It's a nice spell scroll. And I'm willing to, buy it.
Babbage.
Or trade.
How
Trade.
nice.
Babbage. A spell scroll of what? Before we make any decision, I was born in the morning, but not this morning.
Yeah. I don't know what time I was born. It was in the ground.
It's irrelevant. A spell scroll of what?
It would allow one to summon a small, or perhaps a couple smaller, elementals to fight by you for a short amount of time.
Okay.
I'm gonna study him and see if I think he's being truthful.
Yeah, sure.
It's actually a spell scroll wish. He's like, oh my god. Zander just wants to be down.
It's retirement time.
I don't know. He is looking at that scroll and he's like,
21
looks
for
good.
mine.
So yeah, when he says what it is you think
Babbage,
he's
she's never run
telling the truth. He wouldn't lie. He's
Babbage, what's it worth in trade?
Well,
certainly more than those gloves, perhaps.
well, certainly I'll be able to throw the gloves. The gloves are good.
Multiply attack 5 spells.
Do you have anything that might obscure someone's perception or vision of you, or something that obfuscates your presence?
I mean, I can already do that a little bit.
Well, let's see. What would I?
Perhaps like you talking like an invisibility something.
Well, that would be the best,
Jigger.
but even a gradation of that.
I will nudge you on the inside and looking about. Does he have any more of that powder of invisibility that we?
No, we got that in the cave.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
You got a green vial of something.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
poison.
Okay. Never mind.
Do you ever get the feeling that they're up to something when they go in there?
Yes, it is. I like it.
You like it. Got it. Thank you, Skwisgaar.
Oh, sorry.
I do
was too
have
honest.
this thing right here. He pulls out a very spherical vial. It's just like almost a perfect sphere with just like a cap on it and a little cork in it.
Looks like a cookie jar.
Yeah. And it's like this is nice. I don't want to open it up in here, but the jar itself seems to be clear, but there's definitely a very thick black smoke swirling around inside.
Like a magical darkness.
So if I were to uncork it, it would get very, very smoky in here.
Is the smoke harmful to anyone?
Well, I mean, you just don't want to breathe it in too long, but it's not immediately harmful. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be like poof, smoke.
Tell you what.
And you use it multiple times. You can pick it up, close it, pop it open again.
So the gloves
I like
and this nice container and you identify a few items for us and we'll call it an even trade for the scroll. What do you say?
Last time you folks were here, afterwards, I seem to have misplaced one of my vials. You wouldn't have to know anything about that, would you?
Not at all, but Babbage, but you don't think that we would have anything to do with that?
Well, just so whoever might have had something that would, do well not to drink it. I'm just going to say that much. Don't,
Certainly good to know. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm referring to this spell scroll.
How much was that vial? Out of curiosity. The one you don't drink, yeah. If you were selling it.
If that isn't a giveaway.
We're thinking in terms of rewards.
Hypothetically, if someone was to steal it and sell it, how much would it cost?
That is way overpriced. That is ridiculously overpriced.
That sounds like
it's not with the poison?
Basic poison vial is insanely overpriced.
Yeah, it's like 150 something like
It's
that?
100 gold for something that does hardly anything. Okay, you know what? That thing, I would have been able to sell that for about 10 gold.
Looking about, does he have any any booze on the wall? Like any
ethanol. Cleaning solvents.
Wood alcohol.
Chloroform.
Up here at the top level.
At his loft?
No. But yeah.
I'm getting.
Were you looking when you passed through?
Oh, yeah, of course.
There
hide the booze.
Yeah.
Well, whatever deal we make, I'll probably throw in a small bottle as part of the trade. But as it stands right now, identify the amulet and the 2 rings and throw in our friend's nice little jar of fog and the gloves, even trade for the score.
Here you drive a hard bargain. How about you chip in an extra 50 gold? And that sounds good. Yeah.
On credit, next time you pass through, with interest. The church is good for it, you know. Onea's blessings upon you. I've never done you wrong.
All right, fine.
I mean, you write up a bill of sales, and I will.
All right, I'll send you a bill for it if you don't have it right now.
Yeah, okay.
50.
Okay.
I'm kind of surprised he hasn't splurged everything.
Good. Oh, and by the way, just a cheap bottle of booze, like the cheapest.
You don't pay for it. You don't have to splurge.
All right, sure, yeah.
Okay,
That's to seal our deal.
Yeah. Don't tell Illian or Sister Olsen or anything about it.
It won't show up on the bill.
Okay, so all right. So we have. I'll hand him the scroll and the items to identify.
All right.
And
I'll take the smoke.
Sets these things and puts them, folds out a little piece of paper that already has like a circle drawn on it. Definitely something he's prepared to just like throw out, and it's his prepared ritual that it's always ready, since he seems to does this type of thing frequently. And he what actually?
Do they have any books on Heliar? Heliar? Am I saying that right?
Heliar. Yeah, Heliar. Yeah.
Heliar?
The goddess of the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You get in trouble for that one. Even I know that.
And he pulls out.
Sister Elstein anything.
And he pulls out a little charm and starts. It seems actually like a little tuning fork. He just like taps the tuning fork and holds it up. He's like, nope, that's not magic. Tosses, puts aside one of the rings. See what there's one. Nope, that's not magic either. I think these two were just they're not magic in and of themselves, but they make good spell components. If someone were, say, wanting to chromatic orb, that's what it's called. They would make perfect spell components for chromatic orb.
I'll keep that in mind. And the pearl?
The pearl? Oh, there's some magic in there. Definitely there's magic in there. Let's see what we got.
Is it a powerful pearl?
And he's yes, it is a powerful pearl.
Got it.
A pearl of?
It is a pearl of power.
Okay.
What does a pearl of power do?
It allows you to.
If I remember correctly, uncommon requires attunement. Once per day while attuned to, you can regain a spell slot of up to 3rd level. Rules as written, at least with warlocks, it gets a little weird. Is if your pack slots are above 3rd level, it gives you a 3rd level spell. Basically, regain a spell slot is good.
While this pearl is on your person, you can use an action to speak its command word and regain 1 expended spell slot. If the expended spell slot was 4th level or higher, the new spell slot is 3rd level.
That's awesome.
Once you use the pearl, it cannot be used again until next dawn.
But the rings themselves are just useful as components.
So that's how she fireballed us twice. Maybe. Actually, I don't know.
So,
wait, that means she could have potentially gotten that 3rd fireball off if she burned in action.
So, chromatic orb, one of its spell components requires a diamond worth at least 50 gold. Both of these seem to satisfy that requirement. So
what's our bill of sale up to now? What do we owe him? He asked us to chip in through the scroll.
Yeah, the scroll and 50 gold is what he asked for. And you got these identifies, the gloves, and the bottle. So that was the trade you made.
Was there... I think my friends might want a few items as well. What if I threw in these 2 rings to complete the transaction? It would be, I think, a surplus in our favor of 50 gold, so there'd be 50 gold worth of credit.
Friar. I have
pulls out a little
coin that might be worth something. I'm not tied to it in any way. Perhaps we could.
You're gonna give up that coin? Oh no!
No, don't do that.
That's like my favorite magic item.
Although it would be like super awesome to have hoodwinked that
Oh, yeah,
guy.
you guys don't know
and
that.
then just totally.
You guys don't know what the coin does, do you?
No,
No.
this is good. We'll give you
Okay.
stories.
Oh no, it's I think it's like when you roll once per day or something like that. When you roll a d20 roll, you basically can choose. You flip the coin. It's either going to be a natural one or going to be a natural 20, or it's for death saves only.
It's for ability saves and ability checks.
Okay.
No, saving throws and ability checks.
It's once per day. You can give yourself either a natural one or a d20.
Yeah, so it does not work with an attack roll.
Yeah.
But anyway, the two.
Because
If
I'll
we
be
throw in
done.
the 2 rings, that would leave a 50 gold surplus
He
in our favor.
pulls out like monocle, like little thing, and sits it down and starts examining. He's like, yeah, see that'll cover the 50 gold, Yomi.
And then the other.
And then there's shares.
Out of-
If there's other things you'd like, sure.
Yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
this for a 50 gold
I
credit.
think that's good. And we have. You are such a great negotiator, Farouk. That we have 50 gold credit to use here, thanks to Farouk.
Real quick, out of game, can bards and or warlocks cast chromatic orb? Before you get rid of both of them?
I want to say no.
They're just components.
No, it's just
to
a sorcerer or a wizard.
Okay, then that's fine. Yeah.
You're gonna go multi-class in the sorcerer, right? Triple
No.
Come on. All the charisma-based casters, then multi-class in the paladin.
No, because I want to actually get like spell slots eventually.
I will go stand with our prisoner, who I assume we did not leave.
Of course
bring
not.
Into
No,
damage.
no, it's
As I
still
praise
strapped
Farouk.
to.
So as we're leaving, I look over my shoulder at Babbage and I flip him 10 gold pieces and say, "Just consider it a tip."
Thank you.
Wink.
Winking at the guy. We stole this from you.
What does the glove do?
Oh, so the glove is once per day. On an attack roll, you may take a 10 instead of rolling.
Do you still get your advantages?
Your
So yeah,
pluses.
it's as if you rolled a 10 on the die.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
What's it to me?
I don't really need. I mean, I will offer it. Oh yeah, and this. We have 50 gold credit thanks to Farouk, and this glove for one of you. Strong types, like a punchy.
I'll take it. Might as well. I do make attack rolls, but I can reckless. So
So it's like a guaranteed hit, right?
it potentially.
It depends on what you're fighting.
Yeah. So it's
I
like,
could probably get a guaranteed hit because I have a +7 to my longbow.
yeah. It's,
Until you're fighting something
I'm not
you play
opposed, but
Yes.
I can reckless, which effectively gives me on average a +2 to my hits anyway. So I'm actually think Farouk might want to take it because he does his offhanded. He gets more attacks per round than I will ever get.
I'm cool with that.
So they just give you it just makes it a 10, right?
Yeah.
Once per round
Once per day.
per day.
Because you have certain abilities that because
Can
you're
you
a
choose
battle
to
master,
use
right?
it
Or planning on going battle master,
After
right?
after the roll,
No.
Because
Like the coin, you must choose to use it
before the roll.
I'm going to browse their book collection to see if they have anything about Heliar.
Whoever has that card, the alarm keeps going off. All ours in there. I'm going to try to blow it up. Okay.
So this is a thing that's not possibly one of our cards.
That's what I was wondering. Should I check our card?
It happens all the time if you don't think it's going to work for us.
I'll peer out.
That doesn't sound like my car.
No, it's a white card.
Yep, not mine.
I'm going to stand with the guard, and I'm going to down that entire box.
Okay. So
It's a small SUV.
you're perusing the
I
books.
drove a cruise tonight, so it's not that.
As you're perusing the books, it's mostly they have arcane stuff like a study in. Hello.
Evening. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good.
It's kind of cold out there.
And you're in George. Yes. Yeah, so it's mainly arcane guides. The Wizard's Cookbook.
Is there actual food in there?
No.
All the time.
It's not like the anarchist.
Seems potions. And then so there's and then there's another one like how to attract a familiar is another little thing pamphlet.
Kind of look at it, put it down.
Yes, and some other things of that similar style. 101 spell components and their uses.
My God.
Don't you have any history, Baron?
Historical. What kind of thing are you looking for?
History of the elder gods, I guess.
No, we would not have something like
Things
that.
like that you might find at the main temples in
Greyfall is the capital.
The wizard guys looks super proud. I want to be like, do you have any books about blonde ladies that come to you when you're dying? Like this one. I pull out the painting.
That would be another section.
Is he asking about our romance novels?
I don't.
I see this
think
person when I'm
so.
dying. I think. I don't
Out of
know.
body experiences.
Yes.
Oh, out of body. Well, we do have a book about ghosts and other spectral beings.
It was person. I try to read it out. They talk things. Ghosts are usually hazy, right?
Yes, usually, yes.
You were also dying.
Yes. Is that how that works?
I don't know. I haven't tried to die yet.
I try not to do that.
Yeah.
That's worrisome if you make a habit of dying.
I don't know. I'm just asking around. I literally just need to have you seen this woman and just start posting it everywhere.
I suppose
Other as you're perusing, over in kind of one section that is definitely not on their for sale section, there's actually a page, just kind of a single page, kind of very carefully kept in a protective sheet. It's kind of in a little glass thing that has a little drawing of a mechanical creature and some text in language that you don't understand.
What's this one?
Oh, that's just a single page from a much larger volume. The volume itself would be worth immense amounts of money if we were able to find it. Even though a single page is quite valuable, but it's not for sale.
What's the volume?
It is an instruction book of building some magical artifacts. I probably shouldn't say too much about it.
How come?
Well, it's a very rare item, and it's not for sale. And anyway, is there anything else I can get you?
No, I think I'm good. But you did fail in making sure he did not get alcohol.
Oh, what?
you
Sorry.
don't know that.
I saw you walk out.
I did.
I stand next to him and drink a whole huge thing.
Yeah, stand next to the prisoner lady. I informed them that they had this credit, and then whatever. I don't care, I've been.
Sorry, we were outside talking. I can't be held responsible for that.
It's been weeks. Why you gotta kill my buzz?
It hasn't been weeks. It's only been like 8
Anyway,
weeks.
sorry, yes. Is there anything arcane, magical we might help you? Oh, someone was asking about potions.
Yeah, healing potions would be great.
Oh, yes.
Take care of him for me, Baron. Hook him up.
Yes, certainly. I could. This would certainly be, about 50 gold of healing potion right here.
Yeah, is there like a 2-for-1 deal or BOGO? What's the deal on that?
Well, these are healing potions that can just you drink instantly and they just bam heal. They're not cheap. They're not easy to make. 50 gold is the standard.
I hear you, but you're not a standard potion seller. You're an exceptional potion seller.
So perhaps I should Charge exceptional prices. All right, 75.
I like where your head's at, but no, we're friends. We go way back, and so I know.
Go way back as of last week. All right.
We go way back.
Time is relative. But yeah, no. But if I bought 2, knowing that your overhead is less because you're so good at making them, could you do any kind of deal?
Make a persuasion check.
At this point, I'm just going to go hunt for dinner.
16.
All right. I could do 2 for 85. That's 15 gold off.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'll do that. And so I'll give him, what, 35 gold?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Unless anybody else needed anything.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Baron's failed me twice today.
No books on religion, and
You didn't find the book you were looking for? Was it History of the World, Part 1?
No, I had that one.
Might I remind everyone we do have a bounty to collect, don't we?
Yeah, but it's also evening, and we're still several days from town. So we gotta spend another night watching her.
Well,
Hey,
where are
Just
you,
the one morning.
Where are you camping, Babbage? Are you stopping here for the night?
No, we're continuing on. There's still some good light left.
Is there good light left?
It's
dusk.
evening,
Oh,
It's dusk.
but I also need time to go hunt for food.
I have rations.
Do you really want to eat rations, or would you rather warm cooked meat?
warm cooked meat.
That's what I thought. I sling my bow over my shoulder and I walk away.
All right.
Follow a little ways behind. Not enough to disturb her hunting. I'm going to forage.
Okay, you're still foraging for more.
Well, that wouldn't be
Hobbits
my
weed.
promise. That would not be my primary searching, but some berries or fruits.
Okay. Yeah.
But also much.
But also, sure.
So nature and survival are both a thing, and both of them could totally apply here. I never know which
Even
to
medicine, in a
choose.
way.
And medicine. Well, he's looking for more for food. I don't know. Yeah, let's keep calling it survival, since you're specifically trying to survive off of the wilderness.
Also because he's trying to survive his
that's
high.
a 15.
15. Okay.
Survive the addiction.
Yes, if you're just looking for some berries or things like that, out in the grasslands, there's not as many bushes, but you do kind of see in the distance. Oh look, it's a tree, and you get closer. Oh look, it's a peach tree.
I'll gather
It's
some
kind of a wild peach tree,
I'll gather
and
some
there's some good
peaches.
peaches on it.
I'm gonna
I don't know where peach trees
sit by Georgia, actually South Carolina. But
Georgia's known for peaches.
I know, but South Carolina's more.
Yeah, but Georgia's known for them.
I know they're better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, don't get me
There's also
wrong.
known for peanuts too. So
I'm a snob about peaches, and that's about it.
yeah.
When I find out, I'll return to
Ain't cotton.
Yeah. I'm gonna start to compose a song about the battle in earshot of the lady.
Hey,
Are
Sean,
you the guy on the quad playing Wonderwall on his guitar, trying to track all the
Didn't we
ladies?
plug her ears?
She can feel the vibration.
No, you said you gagged her and blindfolded her
Yeah.
and had her think that there was nothing
And the
about her. She can
manacles
still hear.
were on.
This is less trying to impress somebody and trying to torment them, so I don't know where that falls into the college repertoire.
No, okay.
4K Nolas Dos?
When I return with the peaches, I'm going to.
He's basically playing this song, same annoying
Keep a
song
few
over and over again, like Guantanamo Bay.
14
Are
survival.
you playing the
go
devil in
hunting.
Down to Georgia?
Yeah. So you're able to find.
What would it be? It
Find
would be
some
just a.
food.
It would be a bad
Some
one.
rabbit
Some
or small
new
game.
kids
Some
on the
rabbits.
block.
Yeah,
Um,
some small game.
Beastie Boys.
Oh no, I was
Cookies
thinking.
from
Beastie
Small
Boys is good.
Yeah, I know,
Keep a
but
couple peaches for me.
I was thinking like a child's
For me.
nursery rhyme, something that's just like simple
but-
and repetitive.
Divvy them out to the group, and I'll
Jimmy
take
Crack
one
Corn, you don't-
and
you
cut
don't
them
care?
into slices.
Why is
and
this the most
cautiously
one? 3 by
feed
mice.
our
That's
prisoner.
what I was thinking of.
So we're gonna ungag her. We're gonna take the hood
To
off,
hear.
it's
No, I'm,
And then we're
I'm
gonna
looking the
it's
hood.
small.
all right, and take the ball gag out
And
so that she
was
can
it a ball
speak.
gag? I thought it was.
No, it was something.
Okay. I'm just gonna quickly.
So you pull it open and he says,
Please eat. No one deserves to go without food. Eat. Your Onea shines brightly on all of us, even the wayward.
She chokes to death on a pit.
No, I sliced it off.
You said peach?
Yeah. Peach.
Maybe she's allergic.
I don't know.
Her head explodes. No. So, you did that. You were able to get her some food without, she. As you pull off, she's more just like trying to, garbled, like.
You kind of brought this on yourself.
You catch the word children in there, and
what? Children?
She referred to she referred to the fire snakes as their children.
It's the third word in the spell she's casting.
You have children?
Yes. I'm trying to look after my children.
The fire snakes that you sent on us.
Jason and Emma.
Yes, the fire snakes.
They need me. They need their mother.
And I'll shove another peach in her mouth. Piece of peach.
I'll cast that prestidigitation on her to clean her up a little bit.
Are you actually cleaning up? Or just making it a little bit more sticky so it's even more annoying?
But there's no need.
Your
children, I'm sure, are well cared for. And I will give her a swig of the booze.
I think we killed her children, actually.
They're did we?
Ooh. I think we killed one of them on during the fight, and the other one we just we're gonna kite it and then kill it.
I find a piece of bark and I use prestidigitation to make a little shape of her fire children.
Oh
Give
no!
it to her.
Oh no!
So we're gonna unblindfold her.
No, she doesn't know.
Well, she's handcuffed.
Well, put it in her pocket.
Around her hand.
Her dress has pockets, I'm sure.
First chance I get, I will find your children and we'll make sure they're taken care of. But in the meantime, a swig of the booze, another peach, and then I'll return the gag. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
I come back with food by this time. Look what I found. Some rattlesnake.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
It's a little chewy. Probably, I think so.
Not if you.
Did you bring back the whole snake, even the head? Because
Well,
there's a drink with just a shot of the venom.
That sounds dangerous.
You
No,
had
it's a real
mushrooms.
drink.
I know, it
This
sounds
was-
dangerous.
That was not in
Then
game.
you had booze. Does that
That was snake
evening,
poison's bad.
Do you really want to add venom to that cocktail you just put into your body?
I mean,
Mushrooms
did.
and alcohol and snake venom.
the mushroom. It's been a couple days. I'm holding on to a little bit of it so that I
feel like I'm gonna have to, roll on the mixing
Sounds like cardiac arrest.
on the mixing potions table to see what happens.
The friar kills himself.
The friar doesn't get a familiar; he gets a sponsor.
No, alcoholics go to meetings and they're quitters. No, I don't think I'm going to press my luck. You're already starting to give me the stink eye.
All right. So, the next day, it's a nice day of travel, but you do arrive.
So our points of exhaustion are all
your
gone.
points of exhaustion have been gone.
Okay.
Ever since your second rest, which I believe was after the standard rest. Which I could have printed a statue of I don't know exactly, but I didn't.
Well, now
I didn't.
you have that resin printer now.
That's a sec. Where was I?
Were you returning to town?
Yes. You the next day you arrive back in town. Evening of the next day. What do you wish to do in town?
Well, turn her over so I don't have to watch
Yeah,
her
we're
anymore.
gonna first go to the
I'll
sheriff.
go with them this time to turn her.
So you head to the sheriff's office. He he sees you walk in. The sheriff kind of looks up. Well, you're back, and well, you did it again, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well,
Hot
Damn.
You shouldn't be so surprised, Gus. I've been telling you for years I can do this.
She causes explosions. Just letting you know.
Other than
that's
minor.
why I'm assuming that's why she's gagged and bound and blindfolded.
Oh no, that was just for fun.
She's not. I mean, other than that minor character hiccup, she's not that bad. I hope you'll see that she gets a fair trial, Sheriff.
She will get a fair trial, but a fair trial won't do her any favors.
If it helps.
No, come on. Yeah. So he kind of leads her into the back, puts her in a cell, and
She likes peaches.
That's the only thing we gave her.
If she gets away, we charge double.
Don't worry. Deputy, just keep an eye on her. They look like they secured her nicely, but just keep an eye. Got that, boss? The female deputy, whose name I'm forgetting at the moment, heads back. I should just have this open.
Liz Thatcher?
Lies Thatcher.
Liz Thatcher.
Yes.
Or Rutherford Grimes.
Rutherford Grimes is the short one. Well, then I guess that's those are the bounties that we actually had. So let's pulls out his paper again and writes you, another thing. So you're back alive. So that's 150 gold for y'all. There you go.
150 solars.
Wait, each or collective?
Collective.
Collect
Okay, cool.
as a group.
It's never each.
One, it was for the job. However many people you brought on the job, that's up to you.
So 30 each.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another paper. You go to the bank and turn it in.
Yep.
He writes checks. He doesn't hand over gold.
Oh, it's paper.
It's a promise note.
Are there got any other bounties at the moment?
No. You've kind of taken our list and ran right through it, and
We checked it twice. We saw who was naughty and who was nice.
They were all naughty. That's why they were on the list.
Exactly.
But I like what you're thinking.
I might have a
Anyway,
avenue to secure some work.
so now you guys have just made my job a whole lot easier, and I thank you for it. You know what? Here, have a round of drinks on me. He slaps a couple gold on the table.
Thank you.
5 gold years, just for some drink.
We will celebrate heartily to the good fortune of Haven, and may we always see peace and whatnot, whatever.
Where'd the fire go?
No, I was thinking I'm going to
As
see.
you back out the door.
I'm going to see to the collection to the end this time. I'm going to get my share up front instead of leaving you guys.
Yeah, we're going to the bank.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My
Once
inventory
I get my
suggests we already
share,
did.
I'm splitting off. I will bid you all adieu. Illian, if you tell Sister Olsen I'm back in town, I suppose.
I don't plan on stopping by the church. If I'm not
But
there,
if you
I
see her,
can't
you know,
tell her.
I'm not directing you, but you know what? It's probably better that you don't.
Just don't be mixing things you find in the forest
I'm
with
good.
alcohol.
I'm pretty sure I sufficiently have my buzz back. But when I get my portion of the gold, I have a few things that I'd like to do, but I'll leave it to you.
All right, yeah. So you go over to the bank, and the gnome banker is again, behind the counter. He comes out. Yeah, hello, everyone. You're back again. You see? Oh, you have another note from the sheriff. Oh, that's splendid. Oh, quite, yeah, very nice amount. All right. Would you just care if I just deposit that in your accounts, or shall I? Would you like to go straight up?
Straight up, please.
Straight up gold, please.
I'll deposit mine.
All right. So just leave and split. I'll just bring the whole pot, and then you can. He goes back. You hear another chunk. Rigger.
We hear a buzzsaw for a second. We're like, what the fuck? Drill some sparks coming out of the distance.
A horse neighs.
Wilhelm scream.
And then he comes back out to the front, with big bag, and just like, no, that was not his voice. I hope it's you've got platinum. See, you've got some. Do you care if it's platinum or gold, or how do you want it?
Gold.
It's just going in my bank account, so I don't care.
Okay.
I'm going to deposit it in my account.
Well, I'll take the gold.
In my box, my safe.
He comes
box.
out with with gold, and he can like divvy that into piles as you desire, like, and puts 30 gold, three stacks of 10 gold into each of 5 piles. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, so this is going to your account. I'm losing his voice. I'm sorry. Yeah. So he marks that down. He's just not talking for a while.
Good gnome, sir. Is there any?
That's what you think.
Is there any venturing shops that might have I don't know, things that make it harder to get hurt, like armor, in this fair town?
There's
Blacksmith next door.
Yeah, there is the blacksmith. There's also Guilford's trading emporium in the newer part of town that I don't suppose any of you have. Well, Illian should know where it's at.
Yes, he does direct you to there's the blacksmith.
I need to go to Fabian's, fine furs, fine fashions, so I can sell him the blink dog skins.
I'm going to go to the Ender and Daughters straight away.
Okay. So you head over to Fabian's. Where did I put that? Fabian's Fine Fashions. You open the door and there are pieces of cloth lined up and coats and furs and all over, and a heavy scent of cloth and some and he's like, oh, hello, darling. Oh, hello. How are you doing today? Oh, it's wonderful to see you. What can I do for you today?
Actually, I'm doing something for you today. I found these interesting, unique skins when I was out in the forest, and I haul off the blink dog furs and.
Did you have all of them, or did I have 2?
Oh, no, I have 2 ruined ones, which I think you're not selling. I'm just keeping them because
So you're talking about the
people keep things, right?
Yeah,
the ones that weren't ruined, the ones that you.
Yeah.
Girl, those are interesting. Where did you get those?
I was fairly deep in the forest this time. I'm going to tackle these strange animals.
These are not bad,
Let me find how many I actually have real quick.
I think they were.
I should invent a value.
I have 2.
He's a quite nice. What's his voice supposed to be?
The thing.
So many voices, so little time.
So many voices.
That's why I just gave everyone a southern accent. These are good enough.
These are just wonderful. How about I give you say 5 gold a fur? They're quite nice.
Well, they're also the only 2 that you will probably ever touch in your life. I know that you have some very high-end customers that roll through here, especially Lord Strag.
Yeah,
I've seen him wearing many of your fashions before.
Oh yes, he does like to grace me with his patronage. Lisa. All right. You can miss me 7 apiece.
8.
15 for the pair.
Okay.
Right.
Deal.
Done. Thank you. And is there anything I can do for you? Any way I can update your rustic look? I mean, I got some very nice, little cloaks and things,
I'm rather partial to the cloak my mother made me.
All right.
I do thank you for the offer, though.
No, anytime, darling. Anytime.
Walk out mumbling over my breath. Rustic look my ass.
Botched that voice. I'm not getting the voices tonight.
So,
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
So I'm going to take my horse back to the stable, get the horse tended to, and then I'll make my way to and forgive me, I came straight from work and didn't get a chance to go home, so I've left all my notes with my books and everything else.
The lazy curtains.
I need some.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that's where I was staying, but where I met my contact was at a different bar.
The spike in the line.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna head over to the spike in the line and see if I can. I'll do the necessary things and say the things, the necessary things to see if I know where he's at.
Morden, your friend
Morden.
Morden. Oh yeah, he's holding court over at the corner table.
Okay. So I'll give him the signs and the particular camp that we both know, and let him know that at some point I'd love to speak with him. And until then, I'll drink whiskey and see if I can't scare up some cards.
Mm-hmm. A few minutes later, he kind of sits down next to you and get her a drink, right? Plops a bottle
Perfect.
between you.
Yep.
And a spare glass.
I'll accept and enjoy the libation.
It's good whiskey.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And we'll make idle chit chat and talk about all the things that you do and honoring the protocol of his station and also the nature of the conversation that we're about to have. And then when it's time to get to the good stuff, I'll explain that myself and my band have exhausted the many of the employment opportunities that we're seeking here, and I received his letter and
Does that work so well for you?
mentioned that he might have some problems that he needed to solve, so I'll pick his brain on that.
True.
Yes.
So,
well, there's a particular species of bird that I was watching the other day, and it was flying along, but some other birds just kind of kept harassing it, and it would fly over, and this huge, it was a big glorious bird, but then these huge flock of crows, came up because I guess it went too close to its nest, and he tells the story about an eagle flying along and a flock of birds just getting all harassing it, and these crows, and even though each one of the little birds was pretty small, together they were quite a nuisance. And through the correct phrases here and there, he's actually telling you,
of course,
that he's had deals with some shipping in and out of town.
With shipping?
Deals with some goods traded
yeah.
in and out of town, over the mountains, through the rest of the kingdom. And one of his shipments has gone astray. Because you see, one of these times, even though the crows are just small and nuisance, one time they actually manage to get the eagle and actually down him in the forest. Now we can't find. We have to help the eagle, but we can't find where it is.
And were the feathers that were assisting this eagle in flight also lost, or did the feathers appear so that you could discern kind of what happened?
No, there's no feathers to speak of, unfortunately. I'm assuming it's a total, hoping it's a total loss, but some gem can be recovered, because these are glorious creatures.
And in addition to getting this glorious creature back, were you seeking retribution against the offending crows?
If they no longer had to be, if we no longer had to worry about them, that would definitely be worth something extra.
I feel like we're doomed to do this dance over and over and over again.
See, that's actually is what thieves' cant is. It's
right.
It's just normal speech that means something completely different.
Yeah.
Mostly your politicians.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And,
thieves, politicians, what's the difference?
And you're aware of the flight path that the eagle was traveling on.
Sure, yeah.
And would share that, obviously.
Yes, of course.
And no indication as to who, no past dealings with these crows, and anything you could tell me about what you know about them would obviously be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Where they nest, what they eat, other crows perhaps that they banded with.
Well, I've heard a thing or two about
Start talking about bees, could be a really weird conversation.
and annoying green.
Maybe that's what guards are, like law-abiding people are bees.
I mean, he conveys to you that there are goblins in the mountains, and that he suspects that they are the
Getting to Romeo and Juliet, forlorn lovers.
Yeah. We were saying he's referring to, like, I assume, like, criminals as, like, birds, and we're saying, oh, he's referred to as guards and police as bees, so you're just talking about the birds and the bees.
I'm not a lawyer, but I know what law suits me.
I'm going to find the poison in it during the
Is there a
night.
profession you don't have one of those
See, it
for?
happens fast.
No, you won't.
There's probably one of her.
Okay, so I'll conclude the dealings with my friend here, and I don't know what time of day it is, but I'll order a nice meal and more whiskey, and if I can scrounge up a card game, that'd be great. And at some point, whenever we reconvene, or when I see people coming and going that I recognize, I'll wave them over and then explain that we should plan on a rendezvous at some point, whether it's the next day or the day after, it doesn't matter, but I have work for us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Ender. And
I guess the one thing I didn't cover was compensation for this. Did you give any indication as to what that might be?
He did.
And he told me.
And he told me.
Perfect.
I'll think about it.
And it was worthwhile. So, yeah.
You assume.
No, it's worthwhile even for you. You're just like, yeah, I'm totally gonna do this job. That's a lot of money.
He's a mercenary, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ender and her daughters. The last time we were in town, I had given her a sum of 50 gold to make some modifications to the Haven. Specifically, I wanted to create some rooms for lodging, or if we need like a barrack style big room where then
so construction on the temple is coming along, and yes, they are planning to add on the requested rooms. It's only been
a week,
so
I will give her another 30 gold to continue construction and ensure request perhaps some specifics to the rooms or specific rooms, I might say, instead of one big open room area, maybe a few rooms.
okay.
Then I would like to go to the spike in the line.
Spike in the line.
And I'm going to find. I probably am welcome there. Maybe not welcome, but not immediately kicked out now because my debts are paid.
Yeah. So, well, actually, as you show up, out in front of, you're walking along, approaching, and the door opens to the Wild Rose, and Bismarck County.
Bismarck!
Kind of like, there you are.
Big hug and kiss on both cheeks.
Friar, I haven't seen you in so long.
Yes,
It's
bless you,
quite
my
some
friend,
days.
my friend.
How have you been?
I have been wonderful. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anyone.
Hi.
What's the plan? I'm just a visionary in the area.
I'm sorry, I don't have time to talk to you. Thank you.
Would you like to take a survey?
I believe that was LDS.
Oh, were they dressed nicely?
Yes.
Yeah, they were LDS.
Mm-hmm.
Could have also been Jehovah's Witness.
Also the exact proper age to be LDS mission.
First, I'll have a drink with my good friend Bismarck.
She's in the
Come
fire.
in.
Looking
in the fire.
as usual.
What have you been up to?
Trudging through the woods on the most bizarre tedium with.
Billy, what are you doing there? That sounds dreadful. Come.
We were doing some business about for the sheriff and with an odd group of fellows that wandered into Haven and little Illian Brightbottle. You know, she's really coming into her own.
Oh, really?
Yes. She
that sounds
is most valuable if you need to trounce about the woods.
It's not a business I get into.
I believe me. Normally, I don't either.
You have reason to. I suppose it's always nice to know somehow.
Far from the civilized accoutrement of town, and certainly far from you and your wonderful libations.
Mm-hmm. Well, you should bring your friends all by sometime. You know, I love a party.
I
love a party.
I will most certainly do that. I tried to encourage them to stay here, but they insisted quiet evening at the Lazy Current. But
oh well,
yeah, no accounting.
Some people just don't have good taste.
Speaking of which, I found something in the woods, and perhaps you might be able to help me procure some more of it, or you might use it in a cocktail, and I'll produce the last bit of mushrooms.
Again, looks at smiles. I don't have exactly that, but I have something else that may interest you. He reaches behind the counter and pulls out it is another mushroom, but it's differently colored, a little bit more vibrantly colored.
I know I could count on you.
Come
on. Just put it on my account.
Oh, of course.
And then, unfortunately, this was just a quick social visit. And
oh no, come! If you take that and put it on like some hot coals, and then breathe in the vapors it gives off, it makes for it makes for a great time.
Thank you.
It's time for intervention.
Cleanses your worry.
I'm terrible with names.
Who are you?
No. The person I'm speaking
No,
with
I don't
right
bring
now.
a priest to an
Bismarck.
intervention.
Bismarck.
Bring the intervention to the priest.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You are lovely beyond compare.
Can we perform an exorcism on the priest?
You don't judge.
You know I always enjoy your patronage.
It would be such a fun side quest.
I
try this sober.
I'll leave him with 1 gold.
Like I said, we just
And
tie him to
I'll
a
go
chair
back
and
to
leave him in the
church.
But I
room.
mean, we'd have to roll for
Books
it.
in with regards to
like
LDR or any of the
West
ancient
Okay,
names.
sure. I get a investigation or history, whichever is better.
You specify something if they do that, if they factor. Directly against the
That's 17.
Damage once per day.
So, yes, you do find some texts speaking of this particular deity. Someone, what you find is, obviously from the perspective of the sanctum, and it speaks of people of. I believe I had mentioned this last time, but it speaks of a dark woman who likes to guide people into the darkness, into their doom.
It's not my experience. Regardless, I will take those texts, trying to avoid the prying eyes of Sister Ulsine, hag, and I'll return to the group, and first thing I'll give the text to Illian. This might interest you, my dear.
What is this?
It's text. It's the take it with a grain of salt. It's the official sanctum text on deities of old, specifically Heliar. I know you had shown some interest.
Okay, I'm going to read those tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Here, let me pull up. It's definitely not flattering. with me here. But it does say this Helir, the huntress. It paints her as somewhat of a trickster deity, goddess who likes to lead people into the darkness and to their doom, and they are never seen again.
It's not quite how I remember it, but
I kind of frown, like, these don't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you when I hand you the book.
But it also speaks of, mentions that she is supposedly married to Luir, who was renowned by sailors and shipwrights of old, as a fickle deity who, caused a lot of shipwrecks and storms, and if he was not appeased, he would, drown men and sink them to their doom and all of that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah. This is the.
But it speaks of luring people into the dark and the mists and them never being seen again. Is basically the gist of it.
How do you spell your Lumir?
Lemire?
Yeah.
LLYWIR. Why I put 2 L's there, I don't know, but I'm going with it.
In some cultures, the double L is pronounced yeah, so it would be Ywir.
Ywir? I mean, that could be. And if you also pronounce it Iyama.
Yeah, I'll make excuses well, they're not really excuses, they're my opinions, but the church tends to be, what's the word? Sticks up their asses about beliefs. I personally, the gods will be gods and man will be man and live and let live, but that's what they say about it. Perhaps if we ever find ourselves traveling to Grey Falls, that place, perhaps there may be some more detailed tomes. Of course, you'll have to deal with the church because they keep those pretty tight, but maybe.
Okay.
What are we doing?
I think I was going to go by the blacksmith.
I'm going to take a very, very nice bath and get the full spa treatment.
Okay. there is a bathhouse in town. Yeah. So where else are you going?
Blacksmith. Sure. Do you have anything?
No, but I'll accompany.
So let's see. You head to the blacksmith. Elf. So straight across from the blacksmith. Let's see. There's also.
Well, I'll stable the horse and all that.
So it's right next to the stables. Across from that, all in that area is the inn and the brewery, and a little farther south is the mill. Mm-hmm. You go to the blacksmith, and what are you looking for in particular?
Just something to beef me up a little bit. See if I can increase my resilience. Base, essentially AC class. I think studded leather is at the best light armor.
Mm-hmm. No, you should get padded. It's great. It's the weakest armor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I still don't know enough about
side rant. Studded leather is like not a thing. Whatever. Okay.
It's not a what?
It doesn't make it. From an actual armor perspective, it doesn't make sense.
Because it's just like leather armor with metal studs on it.
Yeah. That doesn't help you? Now, what you would have is like some plates of metal covered in leather, and that would look studded because those are all the rivets that holding the plates.
Well,
I would assume
it's the miller.
I would assume that's what studded leather is.
But that would be more like plate mail, or a little more like a half plate thing.
Yeah.
Well, if it's just overlapping plates, it's usually more the miller than
lamellar armor is that's.
Because I own a set of Lamiller.
I've got one over there.
Yeah,
it's not it's a plastic, but
everyone has armor. Isn't it?
I used to do historical fencing in Hawaii.
Oh, David, you have a full suit of leather armor or something, right?
With 2 pauldrons, well, with a set of pauldrons.
Yeah, I remember. I saw those pauldrons when I went to Ren Fair. I was like, oh, those are cool.
Nice.
They're expensive to grab though.
I just use Gamazon.
Yeah.
Just like Pat Gamazon for a fight.
I just have a
put my
Jedi
Gamazon
robe
on
so
for a
that I
while.
can use the
No,
Force.
but didn't you do his heart?
Well,
So I have
yeah,
to do the rest
also,
of the thing
yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me feel bad for not dressing up myself.
You do have the Friar outfit that you wore at Genghis, so I'm surprised you don't wear it today.
I was considering it, but I was
You wore a
wrong.
Friar outfit to games.
Yeah, he has a basically a temple
Where was
cleric.
Genghis?
Genghis was down in
Big
Aurora.
freaking world.
Also, plug WhimsyCon's happening this weekend at the Different Tech
Are
Center.
you going?
I'm going skiing with my dad.
Right.
But it's $35 for the weekend. Plug. Eventually, we'll be there.
All right.
Can I get studded leather armor, but slight custom job
Oh, cool.
that,
Sounds
kind of like you said, the insert around the leather, but that it makes a skull pattern, i.e. Fantasy Punisher armor.
Fantasy what?
Fantasy
Fine.
Punisher armor.
It's because you have guns.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
And I have a newfound confidence in my attacking ability. and I'm like a 21-year-old elf, so I think it's cool.
Mom, let me get the shirt with skulls on it.
It makes me tougher.
It makes me cool.
the skull reflects the darkness in my soul.
This is not too far from where Skwisgaard's at.
Oh, really?
But is next to the blacksmith, is there fantasy hot topic or is that?
I don't know. I think you can find a lot of things in Hot Topic that you don't have to label as fantasy.
No, that's true.
They've totally changed up the menu,
The only time I
and I
ever,
can't find anything now.
the only time I ever actually was it? I need to go to Hot Topic. It was when I was really into Naruto. It was the only place that sold Naruto headbands. Sand Ninjas all the way, by the way.
Lame.
So, yeah.
All right, so the base cost of studded leather is 45 gold.
Okay.
And for the custom tooling, 5 gold.
Hell yeah, man.
That's going to have to be a cooperative effort between the between the blacksmith and the leather
Yeah.
smith. So it'll be a few days.
Didn't also we save their ass one time?
We did.
You kept the stables from burning down.
And that's yeah.
But that's not the armor.
That's the dwarf.
That's the dwarf
And
next
it's
door.
because the dwarf isn't the blacksmith.
Yeah,
Houston.
Yeah,
It's a common mistake.
even though he sits outside the blacksmith's waiting for people to assume he's the blacksmith so he can yell at them.
I assume it's just something I'm curious if it's he does it because he's like I get mad at this, but he kind of secretly wants to be that, or he just thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, he thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But isn't the elf the blacksmith?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I'm totally into that.
Okay. So you work on that. Are we gonna have to get you a new model now that has a skull, studded leather armor and skull?
No, just take the mini you have and just paint. Just spray paint a skull on the back of it.
Oh god, that actually could really work.
Yeah. I don't have a paint sprayer, but
Yeah.
and my good free hand paint a skull.
So while everybody's doing kind of their stuff around town, and as they come and go, I will. So I'll say this either collectively or individually as we meet up, and when I leave from the line, spike in the line, and back to the to where we're staying. I just mentioned that hey, I have work for us, and we should decide when we want to set out again. But
Yeah.
somebody needs our help, and there's money involved.
Okay.
What is it they need help with? And who is this person?
There was he's a friend of mine that I've met in town playing cards, and he had a package that was being delivered, and it went missing, and he would like us to find it, and we could benefit from your skills as it's in the wild, and he suspects that in this area there are bands of infidels and beasts that might need mission work and seeing the light. Well, we could call them. We could at worst they're infidels.
I'm sure
at best
the
they're
church
ignorant.
Would prefer I go
Scallywags
your
even.
mission.
Yeah, you're heading back to the lazy current. The sun's going down, but still some kids are kind of playing in the street, and you're running by, and yeah, let's see.
How did I do gambling wise, by the way?
Oh, just make a check.
16.
16? Okay, you end up, you make 3 gold.
One more minor thing. I will go to the trading emporium. I would like to buy a pipe of my own.
Good man.
You buy a pipe of your own.
Yours looks a little different than mine, but
Is it a
long glass.
Yeah.
is it a corncob pipe? What's it made of?
It's glass. It's got a thing
Yeah.
with light underneath it. Like we're just going full.
Or there was a tobacco pipe listed in the equipment, but I don't have it,
I made
It depends how nice.
2 gold.
wow,
That's
yours
a-
is ornate.
Yeah.
That must be her name.
Okay,
That's
they got a cheaper one for 5 silver.
I'll
It's
buy
not a very good one.
I'll buy a cheaper one.
Okay.
He'll hog his own out of the bottom of a chair leg.
And I know that Brunswick had
God.
said to heat
I get
over
acne
hot
and
coals.
My algebra
But to me that sounds like you could probably smoke.
I'm just
that
trying to.
mushroom
I just lean into the Punisher.
break off a piece and
Or the king
crumble
that
it
thinks
into
he's
my
Punisher,
pipe.
which is closer to.
And I'll smoke that mushroom.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you're doing that.
Somehow,
I-
getting fungus into your lungs just sounds terrible.
I'm with the
Until
intention
it
of
hits.
Welcome to barracks lodging.
blacking out, or I'm not going back to my bed at the church, but I don't have lodging, so I'm just
So you just like crush this thing up and start smoking it.
not all of it. I'm gonna save some of it for later.
Okay, and you're just like looking around. Where are you doing this?
At the lazy current.
Okay, yeah. So the door's open. It's a nice evening, so the door's open. Kind of a breeze is going in, and you're kind of sitting, by the door, kind of smoking and watching, kids play around, and as you smoke this thing, your head is just kind of getting weird and foggy, and you're like, wow, it's definitely giving you a definite high.
At that point, I will wander away from these buzzkills, and I'll just wander aimlessly through the town.
Okay.
We're gonna find him tomorrow in his tidy whities, face down in a ditch. Didn't know how he got there. He has a new tattoo on his back.
And as you start, you see the kids, out there playing, and over by the Fuller's brewery, like little what was his name? I don't know. I gave him a name.
Fuller's Brewery?
Fuller's Brewery,
Jenna?
Jenna
Or Corvin?
Corvin. That's it. Corvin's like, hey, can I go play with the kids? And Jenna's like, all right, sure. Just remember, be back in an hour before it gets too dark. And so he goes running away, and then you start really feeling it, and you're just like, there are colors, there are shapes.
Taste them.
You're like, your head is floating big,
Somebody's screwing with somebody with that alarm. They have to be.
and you look, and then like you look back, and where a moment ago you like saw the group of kids, there's this in your vision. There's just like this red-skinned, horned, winged creature, and you're like, what is that? What is that?
Mr. Olstein.
And then you turn away and start
Protection from good and evil beings.
Okay.
This can't end well.
Yeah, I was gonna half joke.
I try anyway.
That we'll find him in his underwear with a pile of children's bodies around him, and we'll talk about all the monsters he's
All right. So you kind of like shake it, you uncork your like holy water. You've got your vial of holy water, and you're like, make just a real arcana check. Ooh.
15.
All right. Yes. You do cast the spell.
Be gone! I will attempt it celestial to the demon, and I will give it a birth. And as the children run off, I will assume that my work is holy and true and done. And I'm going to make my way to
the demon form like scampers off the rest of you. If you're watching, you just see the Friar in kind of a heady haze wandering along, and then turn back. His eyes gets wide. He pulls out a vial and starts casting a spell and shouts something, in this crowd of kids just kind of like freaks out and starts running away.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to make my way back to the Wild Rose.
Skwisgaar, I think it's time to
we all see this happen.
Yeah.
I will go and tackle Friar.
Like I said, chair, rope, dark room.
Yeah.
All right, sure. Make a grapple check. Opposed athletics, acrobatics.
As you walk
Sure.
to
As
the-
I'm getting there, I rage so I don't hurt him as I'm raging. Well, basically, I rage right before I get to him, so I
Then
don't
he leads
hurt
you back
him.
to a room, and we're all sitting in chairs in a line.
Yeah.
There's the sister, there's the proprietor of the Wild
What are you
Rose.
doing? Why are you
there's-
rolling 3 dice?
No, sorry. One of them was. Oh, the first one was cocked. So I got a 23 on my
Damn
athletics
you,
check.
16.
I grab him and he's like, "Come with." It's like I'm like, "Don't frighten the children." Sorry. He's like, "Oh, let's say don't frighten the children." But I'm like, "Don't worry, I'm here to help." And I basically bear hug him and take him back to the bar with us.
Okay. I can fix this. I'm going to take what remains of that mushroom, and I'm going to try and put it in our heated friend here.
Jeez.
Oh no!
Con save. 19.
Okay. So yeah.
I don't care to pass that one.
Yeah. So he comes in to the place with the Friar held in
Steaming.
his arms,
And like,
and he's like steaming a little bit, and there's a weird sweet smell about it. It's definitely like clears the nostrils and kind of like whoa, kind of hits you.
You see,
So
I
what are you all
managed
doing?
the demons.
those were not
Those
demons.
I'm finding
This is-
some rope.
You, friend, have demons, but not the traditional demons.
The demons.
Oh yeah. For the sake of really leaning into this, I'll say we sit you down and we move the table. We all just have a circle of chairs around. Like Friar, we're worried about you.
Father Beglian, it's what the alcohol is one thing. I think the mushrooms you should not do. Do not smoke random things. In the forest.
I'm willing to have a half intervention.
Can
Friar.
I ask you to make Constitution saving throws?
Oh no!
Am I getting everyone?
I'm not even there.
Well, it is
Oh, good.
substance that's heated and.
I'm gonna I put a little bit
20
in the pipe.
Not natural.
You handed me a
What is?
Constitution saving throw.
14.
Okay. So you're just kind of like shake your head and you're fine. You're actually starting to feel this a little bit. You're nowhere near as gone as him, obviously, but
Yeah.
but for the time being, you're both also considered poisoned.
Good thing I'm a band and it's poison, because me going crazy would have been bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But-
Cool. All right.
I mean, you're still like thinking clearly. You know what's
I'm
going
fuzzy.
on. You're fuzzy. It's like you've had a few drinks and you just started that pushing where you're like, my mouth feels weird.
Yeah.
No, sir, I can relate to it. You're at that point of buzz where just rubbing your beard feels awesome.
Oh, that's just my natural state.
Yeah.
Friar! The hell, man? What are you doing?
I banished the demons. The demons.
There were no demons.
And If there is a table within arm's length, I'm gonna chug it. The nearest ale, and
No.
He's kind of. You're still being.
Friar, those demons were children.
No.
Friar.
You didn't see it.
We literally all saw it. We were all sitting. We were eating outside.
You didn't see what I saw.
That's
Because
the
of the drugs.
Drugs. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay. Drugs are bad.
Relatively speaking, the blessed, and I will start singing a church hymn.
How about I know. So the Friar.
In celestial, how can it? Or
It's horribly off key.
You think it's interesting.
I know celestial.
Yes.
I think I'll get this on my.
Am I getting celestial and abyssal confused again?
It's probably drifting. You're tripping.
No, he's tripping. He might be successful. I'm like, Friar, the substance you took, it was given to you. These substances, they corrupted you from a demon, and they almost made you kill innocent people. You see, these substances are affecting your mind. You're losing right from wrong, and are going to
persuasion.
Oh no, I am going to make a persuasion check, as I know for a fact you are super against killing people, and then I'm going to say alcohol is making you go to kill people.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms particularly.
Substances, good enough. I do not have a bonus.
Can I?
But I have a +2.
What would the equivalent contested skill be to persuasion?
Self-deceit?
Is he rolling a
Denial?
Roll a persuasion check for the alcohol. And for the mushrooms.
Okay.
I don't know. I think technically it'd be more like a charisma save or a wisdom save, but contested persuasion is always a weird thing. You kind of have to
Wisdom.
do you think your character would be persuaded? Is more of the question.
Roll it.
21.
The friar starts bawling.
The robot man has a
break
heart.
free and run immediately to the church, and that's where I'm going to pass out for the night.
I will probably not raging at this point because it's probably been more. It probably took me a while to drag him back in.
And you weren't attacking or being attacked.
No, yeah, so.
So he's kind of fighting with you. He's like, no, let me go. Let me go.
So does it seem to sober up? So do I feel with a passive insight of 10 that I got through to him?
He's crying.
I'm shaken.
All right, sure. I'll let him go.
Yes, he starts booking it for the church.
Yay! Put character development.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Sister Olsen.
Now is probably not the best time.
What
have you done, Friar? What did you do?
I slayed demons. No.
We tried to slay demons.
I tried to slay demons. And
what happened? Tell me what happened.
have you tried? And I'll pull out the remaining tea mushrooms. I think I need some help. And I'll go to bed.
We should make AA coins as a magical item.
We'll see how long this cold turkey stint lasts.
I like it though.
Just so you know, when we reach level 4, I'm taking the prodigy feat, and the tools and skills that I am taking are brewer's supplies.
I mean, financially that will benefit you.
Screw that.
We just wanted to be in debt so much.
He doesn't pay the money anyways.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Then he has to buy supplies for it.
Yeah.
So, a short while later, after he was running off, a tall, stern-looking woman shows up at the Lazy Current Inn. She looks around and sees you. You recognize Sister Olsen. She sees the two of you and comes over. I'm worried about the Friar.
Well, you're not
That
the
makes
only
sense.
one.
More than usual. What happened this evening?
He apparently took some magic mushrooms he found in the forest, which I told him he should not smoke, or drink, or eat in any kind of way.
What about rubbing your skin?
I would advise against that too. But sometime between collecting our bounty money and us splitting up to go do our things, we saw him while we were eating dinner, stumbling down the road, and then a sudden look of terror came over his face, and he started casting some sort of spell amongst the kids, and they scattered. And he claims he saw demons and he was vanquishing them.
Oh dear. This is... Oh, this is not good. I must have said I've got I have a large flock to look after here, and Friar and Beglian is, shall we say, needs special attention of his own. A lot of times, I think I know you, Illian. At least you are a good girl. You are a good young woman. Can I ask that you help me look after him?
I'll try my best.
Thank you. I don't know what to do.
Of course.
Well, my suggestion is still we tie him to a chair and throw him in a dark room for a few weeks.
Well,
So, this is just reminding me of the scene from Train Spotting where they basically lock him in that room. Oh my god.
difficulty about this sort of thing is,
I am the cleric of that.
For any, he off some days he tries to do well, but he's just, well, it's the drink, it's the whatever he's on right now. It's,
I won't go with magic mushrooms.
can you figure out like what it was, where it came from, and make sure at least certainly this stuff he doesn't actually get his hands on this again.
I can try, but we potentially have another trip into the forest. I think the only way he's preventing him from finding more mushrooms is making sure he has enough alcohol to take with him, which still does not solve the problem.
No, that is just replacing one demon with another.
Zander, you have my full permission to discuss or reveal in however you wish to reveal anything that we've discussed as far as the backstory.
Oh, I was
Through Sister Olsen.
Well, the question is, I don't think Sister Olsen would know much about it.
Okay, if you don't think so, then.
Unless you feel like Friar
I thought that I was specifically sent here, like a banishment or a punish, and so whoever sent me here would probably have at least warned her.
Yeah, well, she certainly knows of your less than clerical ways. Yes, well, the difficulty is we could try to force him, but any sort of permanent improvement on his part is going to have to be himself
Right.
wanting to do it, and the only thing we can do, I believe, is encourage him to want it for himself. This may sound strange given the state he's in, but I think you all are good for him.
You are a dick. Friar now believes he tried to kill kids.
Well,
I mean, you.
so you weren't listening to reason, so I had to play upon your deepest fears.
And in other news, the town friar hung himself last night.
That's terrible. Oh my god. I'll be so Shard would be distraught if that's actually like what the friar became super sad and
that
left
would
his
make
ways.
you all wish you hadn't. That would show you
It makes
Like,
me
you
wish I
like
had
a
actually
child.
tied you to the chair and stuck you
I
in
feel
the
like when I
dark
post
room.
this to YouTube, I'm gonna have to like flash a number for like a suicide.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. There's that. There's the substance abuse, psychedelic abuse. I mean,
Please get help.
Yeah.
Yes, please get help.
Put a warning before the start of the video and then
That's
after.
Hashtag Friar get help.
Hashtag Friar get
And on the
help.
next episode of Intervention,
Anyway, good night and blessings be upon you. I do mean this. Good night.
Good night, Sister Olsen.
And shoes.
Met the hag now.
She's really a nice person.
Yeah, they say to the kids, like, oh, my mom's dumb. She doesn't let me stay up until 3 a.m. eating nothing but Oreos and Coke. You're just like, what?
Anyway, the next morning, you have a major headache.
did I pick up from the conversations with everybody that we were thinking sometime the next day we would leave, or did people need longer times in town? Or
How long? You said a couple days. How many
Yeah,
days?
like, I don't know, 3 days probably.
Give us a couple of days
3
of
days.
rest or something.
It could,
They've got something mostly made, which is kind of easy to like customize.
Yeah. No, I just didn't. I wanted to kind of roll out with it. I got a special order in. Like, is your whatever time sensitive, or I don't want to hold you back. Like, it's just like.
You got a feeling that 3 days isn't gonna.
Yeah,
Okay.
make or break it. Yeah,
It's been a while already,
yeah,
and so 3 days
fine.
Okay,
is
cool.
not going to
Gotta go
change the situation much.
Check in with Pa and Mom on the farm. They haven't seen me for like 2 weeks now, or so. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get yelled at. Hey guys.
I will have gone and talked to the banker at some point during the 3 days and learned about the investments that I
Okay.
on the,
Yeah. So he explains, in third person and in my voice, because I can't find his voice tonight,
Right.
that basically what he has available is, many stores in town, have loans through the bank and all of that stuff. And if you would like to purchase some of those stores' debts, then as the stores are able to pay it back, then you will get some share of that interest, as well as that money back. But it does carry some risk in that if that store were to go belly up, then well, you'd be out.
Interesting. And he informed me what stores those are.
Basically, all the stores in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, if you would like to buy stock, not really. We're more like bonds.
He's just thinking to himself, like,
Um,
if you invested in one store, and I'm assuming you can you short stocks as well? I mean, so to speak. I mean, I guess you wouldn't. You invest in it, but if their competition suddenly struggled, that would make their profit rise. Interesting. Okay.
I feel like
he's not going to invest in anything.
This side of the
he's
table
not-
are just
he's not verbally.
No. He's not
I'm the
verbally.
bright,
This
happy
is
corner
just
right
what's
here.
going on. This is his internal conversation. He's seeing opportunities here. So, Haven really could benefit from.
Yeah, but how many of the stores
Well,
actually
organized
have
crime,
direct competition? It seems like there's like one of each kind of store.
no.
Well, the inns.
Well, there's a couple inns.
There
There
are
are
Inns in the
three
malls.
inns. There's a brewery. There are 2 exchanges or trading emporiums. There's a construction. There's the Wild Rose. Or there's libations and
Yeah.
ladies of the evening.
The brewery isn't really so much in direct competition as more of a provider to the inns. But yes, as written, the only direct competitors that are currently there would be the Lazy Current and the Spike in the Line.
I just imagine we're going to retire and then Farouk's going to be like a mob boss and running the town.
Just kiss the ring.
Basically.
What? Who? In terms of the, I would have asked about the inns because that's what I've been most particular about. How do the who seems to be doing better, the Lazy Current or the Spike in the Line?
Oh,
in terms of And the Wild
true
Rose
in terms of
that's not an inn, right?
That
It's
is actually
bar.
somewhat
It's more like a bar, right?
So Wild Rose is actually also somewhat in competition.
Sure.
It's almost like, imagine the Spike the Line and the Wild Rose are a partnership that together offer all of the same services that the Lazy Current does.
Sans the Soiled Doves.
Entertainment.
Yeah, so yes, the Wild Rose offers that, whereas the Lazy Current does not.
Well,
And it seems like from a gambling perspective, the more lively games tend to be at the Spike in the Line.
Definitely, as you've seen, the Spike in the Line is the more popular stop, being closer to the railroad station.
Also, the Lazy Current is in the
It's in the
more
old town.
upper crust part of town. More your civilized folk go there. They don't.
It's in the older town. It's it's been there for several generations, whereas the Spike in the Line is the newer one that is more optimally placed for business, for the new type of business that's been rolling through the town.
I will spend however few days I have trying to be the best friar that I can be. I will clean the church every morning, and I will
Just randomly sees kids on their way to school and breaks down crying.
probably at first.
I feel bad, a little bad.
He's all scrubbing the floors at the orphanage.
Yeah.
But okay, so
He goes and adopts 2 kids.
oh no, I also want to know how much longer it's going to take for those improvements to the sanctum.
Construction times. I haven't actually figured out something I've really thought about much. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. So, anybody else doing anything with for the next couple days?
I'm just waiting on my armor. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go. I want to find a place near town, but outside of town that's like secluded. I'm gonna work on my Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Just trying to after my meeting, I'm trying to get more confident.
Do you want me to be your target? Because I was actually planning on working on some just practicing combat maneuvers, aka working towards defeat.
Yeah, actually, well, because I
Pig
also
is born on the farm, and you get to help deliver some pigs, piglets, a litter of piglets. I don't know. That's what dogs you call them.
Don't know.
I don't know the group. I don't know the group of pigs is
I
called.
think it's called litter.
Okay. Yes, a
Oh,
sow
yeah.
that's the female. A sow
Yes.
gives birth to a litter of piglets, and you get to help on the farm.
It's more like you've been gone for several weeks. Here's all the not so fun chores.
Right. Yeah. So you two are spending most of your time just kind of practicing.
I have the tigers playing in the background.
yeah,
That's what we're montaging.
yeah.
It's sports training montage.
In between chores, I'm practicing shooting very accurately.
Okay.
I'm punching actual cows, not slabs of meat, because they don't do refrigeration here.
No, we could buy a cow, and I literally just hold it out for you. But I hold it at the end of the stick. You're running.
Wait, is this the cow still
And
alive or
it's
dead? Because this is a horrifying image if it's alive.
It's dead.
How many
That's good.
This is a cold trick.
Because I was imagining you holding up a live
Attack here.
cow.
Make this would be
Wisdom?
wisdom
Daily.
saving throw.
Yeah.
Just a general wisdom
Yeah,
saving
you're
throw.
fighting the DTs.
And then maybe a constitution.
10.
Oh, bugs are crawling all over you.
Well, first day, everything's going all right. The second day, things start to get hard. You're really, you every time you look outside, Fuller's Brewery is just a couple doors down, and you're really like, oh, I really want some.
Are they having a new happy hour that happens 1 hour? The happy hour's now 2 hours. It makes it even harder. No!
Just fix your dead kids.
But you realize you just kind of freaked out and thought that Corbin was a demon, so maybe. So you're like, I really shouldn't be going there. It's hard. It's hard not to. But there's so many other places. You don't have to go straight to the brewery. You can go to the Spiking Line.
Odds are even. Just call it.
Even.
I go to the Spiking Line.
Okay.
And I will drink. I think if I drink, then I can avoid mushrooms. I think that's.
Okay.
Yeah. In moderation, you're like, oh hell, just one.
Friar moderation.
Friar
Yeah,
moderation.
Mortimer is happy to serve you since you since your tab has been paid. I was about to say since you paid your tab, but that would be a lie.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
When the time comes, I'll join the rest.
Yeah.
I'll probably reek a booze, but
I probably came back in town by this point. I'm done with chores. I'm so sick of it.
We're done montaging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get your armor and so
can I sell my regular armor back to the blacksmith at all? It's just regular
leather armor.
Leather armor's like
General, you'll say since it's used, you can sell it for half.
Okay, that's fine.
I think leather's 10 gold, so it's 5 total,
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
I just didn't need it anymore.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So you can sell it back.
Cool.
For 5 gold.
Bless you.
bless you.
Thank you.
They'll do some minor repairs on it and sell it. And again, so Morden actually, he gives you some more details about he kind of lets you know that it was a shipment of well, in his mind he's like, well, it's I don't want you to have any moral qualms about this. These are not harmful objects, but they are, shall we say, not looked well upon. It's government, bureaucracy, all that.
None of my business.
But I'm most interested in, there's a book, a very important book, and if that got back to me and I didn't get anything else, then I would still consider that a win. I just can't imagine what those little green things would be doing to it.
Probably lighting their fires.
Well, certainly I hope it has not come to that yet. Yes, the mountain passes.
Are we going
So this would
southward?
be this would be actually mostly east and a little bit north. So this would be kind of like along the old road that was that was the main road before the train came in, and now everybody uses the train. So it's fell into
it's not like
some
last time where we
disrepair.
follow the tracks out. You kind of have to just follow the.
You can follow the old road.
Is it yellow brick?
No.
So I will have discussed.
It's rocks and
I
dirt.
will have discussed with Illian ahead of time. Let her know kind of the direction we're going.
And you definitely know.
East northeast, following the old non-yellow brick road.
Oh, sounds easy enough. I've been out there a good handful of times.
I like to make sure that I have a bottle of whiskey with me.
Me too.
Why does padded
And
armor
tobacco,
give you stealth disadvantage, but leather and studded leather does not?
It's the reason. I think the reason padding exists is if a DM wants to give people bad armor. It's kind of the reason like ring mail exists. Is like why would anybody pick this? Is like the cheap campaign where I had a campaign where every single party we started off with quarterstaffs and 10 gold. That was it. I was a paladin. I was a paladin who had padded armor and a quarterstaff at level 1. It was hard. It was fun, but it was hard.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't know how long this particular journey would take, because you don't exactly know where you're going. or you know where you're going, but you don't know. I'm not sure where along that route would be what you're looking for.
I would advise we bring rations, but attempt to hunt every evening so we can
A bottle of whiskey is too cold.
preserve those rations. But rations just in case, because sometimes.
Well,
Food
you're only
doesn't
hunting
happen.
for 4, so.
I'm
In that case, I'll take 2.
I don't think there are any psychedelic mushrooms in the mountains.
I sure hope not.
I still have my pipe,
Mm-hmm.
so there's that, and it's not a problem. I mean,
You'll enjoy some actual tobacco.
I'll have some juniper berries if you want to smoke those. I don't think he'll get high for those.
Don't worry about that. The Friar will take care of himself in that regard. Sure.
Are you looking into what Mary Battle?
No, I just had.
Just so you know,
talked about
cannabis
that, I
grows
realized
just
if you
about
can make a
everywhere.
twirl
Yeah.
monster,
So
you
if you
can
remember,
make a
you
twirl
gave
monster.
Sister
Yeah.
Olsine just the mushrooms you'd found in the forest.
Yes.
Okay.
And I had smoked a little of the cap that Berkshire
Briscoe.
Briscoe had given
And
me.
that's
And
what
then the
that's
rest.
what screwed you up.
Yeah, and then the rest of it I had stuffed in our heated friend.
Which I probably didn't notice because I have a passive perception of 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm carrying without realizing it.
Well, you were heated. It was.
So after a few days later, actually, Sister Olsine comes and finds you again, and is like, so just continuing that talk we had earlier. These, the Friar, Beglian, he gave me these mushrooms that I believe you said he found in the forest.
Yes.
But I had this looked over, and these would not do what you what you describe. They wouldn't cause hallucinations. They're a stimulant.
That does make sense because he moved around a lot very fast when we were out
So
the wilderness. I
Can
don't
I-
know what the others are.
can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Can you perhaps find out what it actually was that caused it and where he got it?
I will attempt my best. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
You guys would tear the Friar. This question: does the Friar even remember that he literally shoved it into one of these days? Could be open up a compartment. Like what the fuck?
Right. Well, so I think that's a good
Odds are
stopping
even.
point.
Odds.
For what?
The Friar does not remember that he shoved them in.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for watching. Those of you who are watching, we do not endorse drug use.
No.
No, we
No,
do
Not
not.
at all.
It, causes problems.
Yes.
Drugs and
As we have demonstrated through the object lesson
Yes.
of
Don't do
today's
drugs.
campaign.
Stay in
Yes.
school.
In today's word,
Threatening children with
I didn't threaten anyone.
demonic.
sorry,
possession.
in our
thank you for
eyes,
watching.
you're casting spells around kids.
Yes,
We're like,
I was casting spells.
You are threatening
We'll be
and you're
back next
terrifying
week.
them.
Good night.